old school R&B, hip hop, reggae, sports, talk shows, and a whole lot more. You're listening to the internet's hottest new radio station, WNB1 Radio, New Bedford, Massachusetts, home of the legendary Tavares and just a collection of some cool-ass, wonderful people.
Reliable Bus Lines Incorporated has been a leader in the school bus industry for over 40 years. Founded in 1980, Reliable Bus Lines Incorporated has provided the South Coast and surrounding areas of the Commonwealth transportation services ranging from private to contracted school bus and van services for corporate transportation. Specializing in school bus transportation, Reliable Bus Lines cares about your precious cargo. Our drivers are trained and certified and understand the importance of being on time and getting students to and from school safely. A staple in the greater New Bedford region, Reliable Bus Lines Incorporated is a women and minority-owned company. Our staff prides itself on being diverse, professional, and helpful. Call now to book your next outing, 508-992-0342. So come and take a ride with Reliable Bus, the bus you can trust. And don't forget to tell them that WNB1 Radio sent you. It's no secret that the trucking industry is struggling for drivers. So why not look for a school that can get you the credentials that you need to start that new career? Get on the road to success with J&J Driving School and Logistics Incorporated, located at 978 Nash Road in New Bedford, Massachusetts. J&J is a Black and woman-owned trade school leading the South Coast in CDL training. J&J offers the most comprehensive training programs for CDLs A, B, and school bus training. Don't let opportunities drive right by you. Go and see our friends at J&J and get your CDL career started right away. And be sure to tell them that WNB1 Radio sent you.
For a truly satisfying dining experience, look no further than Top Shelf Bar and Grill in New Bedford, Massachusetts. Our family-style restaurants offer an array of mouth-watering dishes, from pub favorites to traditional Portuguese cuisine. Treat yourself to an expertly prepared Portuguese meal or unwind with a handcrafted cocktail from our bar. Be sure to try our signature creations, including shrimp Mozambique, bourbon tips, grilled salmon, and the signature top shelf steak. Our warm and inviting atmosphere, combined with exceptional service, ensures a memorable experience. Since 2011, Top Shelf has proudly served a unique blend of Mediterranean-inspired cuisine, reflecting Portuguese, Spanish, and American flavors. Our founder, Robert J. Afonso, drew upon his industry expertise to create a welcoming space where everyone can enjoy a delicious meal, catch a game, or simply relax with friends. We strive to make our house your house, fostering a sense of community and supporting local organizations. When you visit Top Shelf Bar and Grill, make sure to mention WNB1 Radio and enjoy your meal.
Tired of expensive phone and home internet bills with long-term contracts? Get ready for total freedom with unbeatable value. Total Wireless by Verizon is celebrating the grand opening of 2 new stores in Massachusetts. Join us on Monday, July 14th at 1843 Acushnet Avenue in New Bedford and Friday, August 1st at 5 Park Street in Attleboro. Switch to Total Wireless and get the power of Verizon's 5G network with no contracts and plans starting as low as $23 a month per line for 5 lines. It's time to make the switch and get a great deal on home internet, new phones, and tablets for the whole family. Don't miss the grand openings of Total Wireless by Verizon in New Bedford on July 14th and in Attleboro on August 1st. And be sure to tell them that WNB1 Radio sent you.
Have you made that New Year's resolution to get into shape and you still haven't followed through with it? Then you need to join KO Gym.
The champ is here! The champ is here!
KO Gym is located at 50 Conduit Street in the north end of New Bedford, within the historic mills in a 5,000 square foot space, within plenty of room to train for social distancing, and the facility has unlimited parking outside. KO Gym offers exclusive training in Muay Thai, kickboxing, boxing, grappling, jiu-jitsu, as well as strength and conditioning programs. So if you're looking to train to get into shape to train for self-defense, or if you're looking to train to compete professionally, KO Gym has experienced professional staff to help you obtain your goal. They also offer one-on-one personal training as well as group classes to satisfy everyone's needs. So go ahead and let KO Gym help you make that change for a healthy body and a healthy mind. And also tell them that WMB1 Radio made the referral for you.
Did you know the YMCA South Coast offers monthly free food markets throughout the region? The Full Plate Project is a food market that provides fresh produce, pantry staples, and more to neighbors in need. Markets are held at the Gleason Family YMCA in Wareham, New Bedford YMCA, St. Mary's Church in Dartmouth, Fall River YMCA, and the Stoico/First Fed YMCA in Swansea. There are no YMCA membership requirements to receive food. When you arrive, you'll be asked for some basic household information, number of household members, and zip code, and will then be given food. If you or someone you know could benefit from these markets, please visit ymcasc.org today to learn more. YMCA South Coast. No place like this place.
Summer is calling and adventure awaits at the Y. Registration for YMCA South Coast Summer Day Camp is officially open. Summer Day Camp at the Y offers participants unique experiences in swimming, sports, outdoor exploration, creative arts, and so much more, all while they are building new friendships and confidence that lasts a lifetime. Camp is about belonging. It's about trying something new. It's about growing stronger, kinder, and braver every single day. And parents, you can feel good knowing your kids are safe, supported, and building skills for a life in a caring and uplifting environment. Spots are filling up fast, so don't wait. Visit ymcasc.org to register today. There's no place like this place.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go!
Old school R&B, hip hop, reggae, sports, talk shows, and a whole lot more. You're listening to the internet's hottest new radio station, WNB1 Radio, New Bedford, Massachusetts, home of the legendary Tavares and just a collection of some cool-ass wonderful people.
Good afternoon and welcome to WMB1 Radio. You are now tuned into Straight to the Point Sports right here on WMB1 Radio, where I am joined by my regulars. That would be Kevin, Rudolph, Steve Lopes, and Derek Consasio. What up, fellas?
What up? What up?
What's going on?
What's up?
I know everybody is, everybody's got the March Madness in them. We are right in the dead smack, right in the middle of the tournament going on right now as we speak. There's probably 4 games going on. We have already had an upset, the regular 5-12, and Duke was taken to the brink. So March Madness is in full effect, and we'll be talking about that. We'll be touching upon that because if you don't have a bracket made, I don't know, you're not living life.
Definitely not.
You're not living life.
Oh, we
right?
know one person that's not.
Yeah.
So
I'll call him out, Jeffrey Correa.
So
Telling him since Thursday, yo, fill out your bracket.
It's the great procrastinators, the people that wait, right?
They locked at what, noon today?
Yeah.
12:15.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about a lot of news in the NBA in the way of injuries. We'll talk about that. Kate Cunningham,
A big one.
Kate Cunningham, who is obviously plays for the Detroit Pistons, number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. What effect will it have on the way that the Pistons finish? And will they can they withstand it? Because Boston's creeping 2.5 games behind. So there's only 14 games left in the 14 or 15, depending on who you are. But you might as well say 15 games. And we're going to go pretty much right up to, the beginning of the new month. And then guess what? Playoff time. So we'll see how it affects it. Also, Steve, your guy, Giannis and the Bucks, they're at odds over how they handle his injury. Apparently, the Bucks want to shut him down. And he's saying no go. That's an anomaly with NBA players. I've not yet. Let me know if you've seen somebody that was like, nah, I want to go back in.
They're thinking about the draft pick. So.
Yeah, they want to tank. They're saying we want to tank without having to say we want to tank. But he's not having it. He's not having it. We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about the WNBA collective bargain agreement, which has been reached by the players and the league, and we'll get into specifics about it. How they're winning and how it ranks up against some of the other women's sports professionally. We'll talk about that, and also we'll talk about NFL free agents and trades, because there were a few of them since last week. And we need to also touch upon the World Classic baseball game, 2026,
Great tournament altogether,
which saw the USA down. There was hope. There was hope in the eighth inning, and then Venezuela just ripped the heart out of
some USA. Guys that get MVP in the league couldn't handle the pressure.
Yeah,
6'7" guy. I'm not going to say his name.
I'll look at it this. Well, you know what? You can't even blame him because the whole team, the whole lineup,
just like Dominican Republic,
the whole lineup,
get it done.
The whole lineup was pretty much they pretty much wet themselves, and their offense, what, the last two games, what do they have, a total of 4 runs?
Yep,
4 runs. That's not going to get it done. Especially when you're facing, it's weird because we'll talk about it, but a lot of the teams are top heavy in one specific area. A lot of them, it's either pitching or hitting, or I don't know if there's a complete team that we've seen in the World Classic, but we'll touch upon it. So I'll let you guys play it. What do you want to dive into first?
I'm kind of intrigued about the WNBA contract because I was starting to think there wasn't going to be a season. And I think they played hardball, but they got a significant agreement in place. It's going to change the future of the game right now. There's no more worrying about no more going overseas to play because you're going to make enough in this season to be able to take the season off and recoup and avoid injuries, because going overseas to play, you could get hurt over there, and that could stop you from playing,
More importantly, you can get detained. Yeah. Let's face it. We are in the USA, and we're not liked too much right now.
Yeah,
we're not liked too much.
Number one.
So it doesn't make a difference where you fly. When you leave the United States, be aware. Just be aware of your surroundings, because once upon a day, we used to be considered the country that, we didn't have to worry about traveling to the United States. Now, with, certain policies that are going on, we're that country where we go out and people are side-eyeing us. So, yeah, it makes a big difference. So the key components, there's 3 of them: salary increases, player compensation, and terms and structure. All right. So the key, you just touched upon it, the salary increases. The cap for 2026 will start at $7 million as opposed to $1.5 million the previous year.
What's crazy about that is 1.5 is now the top salary one player can get instead of a whole team got to fit under.
I thought it was like 1.7.
1.6 is but it's roughly in the same ballpark.
Yeah.
It's like
what my thing is that league minimum has gone to like 600,000.
Yeah.
So it's not just the Caitlin Clarks of the world, You know, I could name a bunch of them, but I won't. It's them low echelon players who are now going to be able to at least make enough money to not do other things. Because from what I understood, there were girls who literally had a 9 to 5 still playing in the WNBA. That was crazy.
More importantly, how many times did we see women getting drafted at the end of the draft, getting cut?
Yeah.
No guarantee.
I seen women getting cut that were drafted in the first round.
That's what I'm saying. At the end of the first round.
And you know that
it's at the end of the first round.
So it was a couple
There
years
was
ago.
no guarantee.
Like one team had like they didn't even have enough to run a full practice.
Yeah.
Their coaches were suiting up.
Yeah. That I get the whole not making money, but now they're at the point where they've shown a profit. They've shown a profit, and not only did they show a profit, they signed a very lucrative TV deal, which gives them financial stability.
Yeah, it's going to help.
So just with that contract alone, you're showing the green, and not to mention what new sponsors might jump on now. So it bodes well for them.
And don't forget the 2 expansion teams buying in at $7 billion each. That's going to be player shared too.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's 3 big areas of influx of money coming in.
Did you say $7 billion?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, that's the men's.
The
men's. The two new expansions.
Seattle and Vegas.
Yeah,
$7 billion.
Vegas. Yeah.
Between $7 to $10 billion.
Yeah.
But there's still 2 significant buying clauses in the women that.
Yeah.
Theirs is only in the million.
Yeah. Theirs is like
$7
this is the million.
Like,
I think it's like
$700
$700 million with both of them new teams in the WNBA. Somewhere
that's
around
still
there.
big too.
I see.
No, yeah.
We look at so many numbers and so many stats through all kind of sports.
So just think about it, right? If you're getting 700, that's shared revenue.
Yeah.
So all the owners are profiting from it.
Yeah.
So now you can't say, "Oh, I didn't make any money." You just got 700. Oh, you're about to get 700 million.
How old is the Utah franchise in the WNBA?
I'm not sure.
They're not. It was rhetorical. They're not that old. They wasn't one of the original teams,
Yeah.
and they're already worth like $500 million.
Yeah.
So how are you not profiting off of that? So was part of the argument for the collective bargaining agreement. Like, how are these certain franchises worth $500 million and we can't get a raise? They were talking astronomical numbers, like they wanted NBA money, which we knew wasn't going to. Yeah, you're not.
But
yeah.
They have to reach high to get what they really want.
Yeah,
absolutely.
High.
And listen, I want them to get high. I'm not sitting there hating on them. I want them to get as much, but your business profit has to match your salaries of your employees. Because let's face it, at the end of the day, WNBA, NBA, NFL, you guys are employees. It's a business.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with everything you're saying. It's for the salary cap, it's a 466% increase. From $1.5 million for a team, and it's projected to exceed $10 million by the end of the deal, which is 7 years. All right, so it bodes well. Like we said it right. We said you got to learn how to walk before you can run.
Yes,
you can't just go to the top. That's like you and I coming in, and we go. Say we leave here. Oh, we go to ESPN. You're not going to ask for Stephen A. Smith money, right? you got to work your way up. Well, he's the highest paid.
He's the highest paid.
The highest paid.
Shit.
But yeah, so you got to learn basically how to walk before you can run. And you know something? The girls, it's just like Michael Jordan. It's just like Larry Bird. It's just like Magic Johnson. You pay homage, and the girls will be paying homage in 10 years and saying thank you to all the girls right now. You walked so we could run.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you got to give it time. You got to give it time. And this is what they're doing. So yeah. I mean, I get the frustration. I get, because these girls are seeing the league explode right in front of them, and they're like, why aren't we profiting like we should? Yeah, and then they're looking to the counterparts, the males. That's a totally different ballgame.
Yeah, that's a totally different ballgame.
Yeah, that's if I were them, I would be more. You know something? And I hate to say it, but to be realistic, you could look over at maybe like G League guys, right? You can look over at the G League guys who are on two-way contract. That's where your medium is right there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But you can't jump to the big brother and say, "Oh, I want that money," because it's just not translating.
No.
So listen, I'm happy for them.
I did want what I did want to see was some of the things that they wrote in before too, like the child care, getting if a player becomes pregnant, to
Maternity leave.
salary
Yeah,
and all that
maternity
stuff.
leave. Well,
Yes, maternity leave.
To be honest, that's almost like it goes on to like your state laws and everything like that.
It's federal law.
Yeah.
It's a federal law. But that is a private entity.
Yeah.
The WNBA is a private entity. So I think once again, I think as they get further down the line, in years with these, they'll be able to put some of these perks in.
Should already be there.
But yeah, it'll come slowly. It'll happen. But I mean, I'm happy for them.
This is not a shot against them. How many of them are heterosexual women?
Yeah,
And this is not a shot. I'm not taking it. Like I said, I'm not trying to. Don't come for me talking about Kevin's this and that. I'm not.
I don't want to see no people picking it out here.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying.
You want to know what blows me away? Who do you think was the highest paid player, and what do you think was the highest paid contract previous to this contract? Just to show you how astronomical these numbers are. The highest paid person last year was Jackie Young. You know what her contract was? 2 years, $504,000. So an average of,
But the biggest contract signed in NBA and WNBA history was Caitlin Clark because she was
no, it's all endorsements.
That's endorsements.
Hold on, you didn't even let me finish. Yeah, later on in her career, she was set to make the highest mark, like the third or fourth year in her contract. She was.
Yeah, as the time goes. Well,
yeah, as the time. I'm not saying so. It was at the time the full length of the contract was the biggest one that was ever signed in WNBA.
Right,
so what's going to happen to that now? Is it going to?
It'll get renegotiated because there's more money on the table. But the thing was,
no, you were right about the Jackie Young.
I just wanted to point that out that the highest paid was $250.
Yeah, no doubt.
What did you just quote? $600,000 is the league minimum.
Yeah, it's like the league minimum.
So
$600,000.
the league minimum is a 2.5 time raise of the previous. That's significant money.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think there's a topic that the girls asked for that they didn't get. They got a little bit of everything they asked for. They might not have got.
They've exploded in the last 5 years, especially. They've been having a consistent pace of coming up, but in the last 5 years, they've exploded, and it's going to get even better when the next class, when you got that other class coming in.
Yeah. So just on the sheet that I have, it says the agreement stands out because its scale and profile, but is now part of the larger movement that has been building for years and is now starting to shape how women's sports are valued. It's all about building your brand, right?
Well, you had like no doubt, but you had women's sports like tennis and golf who are already up there.
But there's a different thing. Those are singular.
I know they're singular, but they're still women's sports, and they're up there.
So it's easier to pay one athlete $1 million as opposed to play 15 or 12.
Yeah, no, absolutely, But that all that being said is like you get like private sponsors with these golf and everything and tennis. I know it's a little different, but it's still women's sports, and that's where they're trying to because they talked about it. They've talked about tennis and this and that. Even Simone Biles made like $12 million after her Olympic gold medal.
Yeah,
and I know it's a singular sport too, but then that reflects on these WNBA players. Like, hey, listen, we're filling arenas 20, 30 times a year. Like, why are we not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get back to where they said Utah is literally worth like $500 million as a franchise, and they're a relatively new franchise. So they're trying to dip into all that money. But I get it. At the end of the day, the NBA, what was it, like 25 years?
Yep.
Took a loss.
Yeah.
Took a loss.
Yep. So, Joe Quote says, yes,
NBA
does back. They financed it, and they were the ones that were keeping it afloat all these years. And they were taking losses. So basically, they were piggybacking, and they put it on the back burner. I mean, if you know how taxes work, you can write off a lot of things.
Absolutely.
You can, and that's what they did. It's a write off. They're not sitting here saying, "Oh my God, there was one guy who lost, one thing that lost $30 million." No, it doesn't work that way.
That name is Jonathan Noble for you guys that don't know.
At the bottom.
Yeah, soccer and all that.
I just couldn't see the name.
I can't see the name too, but that's Jonathan
MBK
Noble.
Criollo.
Oh, he changed his name again?
Yeah.
Just throw his hand, Johnny, or something.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's they're getting there. But once again, in a lot of sports, sometimes you might have to, it's just been lagging. And now they're at the point where they can stand up for themselves and say, hey, listen, we own a brand. We're packing stadiums. The players are very marketable. 20 years ago, did you ever see a woman alongside men doing a sneaker commercial?
No.
No, you've got it. That's the norm now. It's the norm now. So that tells you that they are very marketable. And let's face it, if you're going to brand yourself and you want to make money, you want to max out, you got to hit your brand.
We got a few girls that got their own sneaker line out.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of girls that have their own sneakers.
What up, Eric? I just seen that. I'm sorry, I didn't see
And
it
that is all part of being in the league, being once again, I mean, we'll talk about it, right? So Caitlin Clark, remember, prior to her going into the WNBA, the Big Three gave her an offer, right?
Yeah.
So listen, you come play with us, we'll give you.
I think it was $20 million.
It was I think it was $5 million
something
for a season.
Remember, it's a reduced season.
And it's a reduced
15
season,
games.
But that would have been a slight at
and I stand corrected. Caitlin Clark's 4-year contract was only $84,000 a year. It was no real increase. So that was mine. It was the endorsements that I was thinking about.
The highest paid.
Yep. Absolutely right.
That's Paul Paris.
Yeah.
But Jonathan Noble got a different name too. He told me last week.
No, I don't see him on there yet. But it's like I said, the bottom line is you gotta walk before you can run. And right now they're walking. In 5 years they'll be jogging. In 10 years they'll be
the contract's
running.
for 7 years.
That's what I'm saying.
After 6.
That's what I'm saying. So there's no way it'll go the full set because the money's going to increase every year.
Like Kev was mentioned, all that new flux of high-end talents getting ready to come in the league, and the money will be to absorb it.
It's been coming in the league this last year.
Yeah, but they're just going to get more popular.
It's going to get more popular.
Yeah,
the bottom teams are going to be
these
good.
next 2-3 classes.
So just imagine
they're probably going to add more teams as well.
Yeah.
Just imagine if I told you
this year.
Listen, you're going to work at for better lack of you're going to work at ESPN. Right. And then all of a sudden I look and I'm like, wait a second, we got 10 new buildings over there after 5 years, but I'm in my same contract. Come on, you're making money. Yeah. It's the same thing with the contract. They'll opt out before that 7 years up.
The only thing I didn't see, and maybe I didn't have time to skim the whole breakdown in front of me, how does that affect the team's salary cap?
Well,
have they set salary caps yet?
Yeah,
for the team, because I was just looking for it, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, it went it starts at $7 million. The team salary cap is $7 million. It went from $1.5 million to $7 million. That's why I said it's a 466% increase. You know what I'm saying? So that I mean, now you think about it, you can go and sign so many more people. And you can keep your original. You can keep your first and your seconds, and still go out and get free agents.
Any normal person in America, and I get it. It's a numbers game because they're into the high hundreds of millions and billions. I get it, but any person who can get 100% increase on their job right now, us average Joes right now, we're going to be like, well, I don't have to do anything else. No, you have to keep doing the same thing.
Yeah, no.
And they're going to take it. So now it's a 500% increase. The exact number is what? You say 466? 500% increase? Yeah, I'm all for
it. Yeah, no.
But when you were talking about how they couldn't field teams, you have 12 roster spots. People were running with 9 and 10 spots, so they wouldn't have to pay. So they could pay the top players, but they weren't paying. So that's what you draft first and second round picks.
The story I was told was they were literally going and hire coaches who were still
able to play,
just in case that they needed to fill a roster spot or run a practice and everything. That's crazy.
Yeah,
because they didn't have enough money.
Well, it's you. If you're in a system long enough, you're gonna figure out how to beat it, right?
Yeah.
So if I want to be a contender, I might have to sacrifice a player or two.
Absolutely.
Just to catch up with the Joneses, right?
Yeah.
In order to, just like people are doing tanking, you're in a system long enough, you find ways around it. And that's pretty much what they're doing, what they were doing. But now they have the luxury. Like I said, for me, it was a shame to see people. Late first round draft picks, second round draft picks getting cut.
And we knew those girls could play. We watched their college careers. We were like, oh, that's good. How did this and cut before practice even started?
Yeah.
They were drafted. They got invited to camp. They cut the day before.
Another big thing was a few of them got pregnant and was like, we have no use for you anymore. Like we can't do nothing for you.
And that's where a lot of the a lot of the women went overseas.
Yeah.
The girl that played for France, that was from you.
Oh yeah, the real, the black,
God.
yes.
She was real, and she killed us in the Olympics.
Yeah, she was.
But she did that because of the lack of rights. She
Yeah.
said, I got more rights playing for another country.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but you know, you know, you look at it, right, and everybody wants to say, you know, everybody wants to make the comparison to Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark. There's players that came way before.
Way before.
And they never got their just due.
God. No.
They never,
you know,
swoops. Yeah. All those, listen, yes, all those girls,
Rebecca Lobo.
all those girls.
Caitlin Clark, not Caitlin Clark, Diana Taurasi.
Yes.
She never got paid that type of money.
They all withstood the test of
Sue
time.
Bird.
and it was, you know what? It was normal for them to play and get little money, but then go overseas and play to supplement their income. Yes.
Oh, Diana Taurasi was famous for that.
Yes.
She was like the league MVP in that Russian league, like 2 or 3 years.
Yes. So it was normal for them. They just accepted it. It's just now the women nowadays, the sport has transcended so much, and you know, it's similar. And starting to be similar. Like, man, you're starting to see women. I mean, you're starting to see women pull up from 30 feet. No problem.
Starting to see
right?
more women
dunking.
Yeah,
yes, you're starting to see women dunking.
Yeah.
And we're not just talking about on fast breaks either.
No, we're talking.
You know?
See it in college.
Yeah.
The girl got it with 2 hands the other day in one of the games. It was
the
crazy.
3-on-3 on the right.
Yeah, she got it with 2 hands. I was like, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they got another girl.
Hey, I'm all for it.
They got another girl in I don't know what they're feeding in France.
So you know what this is going to do, though? This is my theory. With all this money being thrown around to them, it's going to make this league more competitive.
Of course.
You're going to have a more full roster of players that can get. You're going to have now that second team that's going to come on the court and be able to ball. Not as good as the first team, obviously, but it's not going to be much of a fall off. So I personally like the WNBA.
And how many
I hear a lot of
people
dudes
can
saying,
get roster
it's
spots
garbage.
now?
Huh?
How many new people can get roster spots?
Now, absolutely.
They're going to be filled. Those last two spots are going to be filled.
They're going to bring some people in that were like 4 or 5 years ago, and you're going to be like, oh shit, I remember her.
Yeah.
And now she's getting paid, so now she can come and ball.
Did they expand the league, the games?
Not yet.
No, not yet. No.
But they're looking at doing it. They got 2 new teams this year and 1 new team next year. So
they have a projected schedule of where they can implement it as early as next year. So, which is a good thing.
They're going to.
I read deep into this last night when I was up till like 4 o'clock.
They're going to. You know, speed the process up, because let's face it,
you have to.
More teams, more money. Owners. I mean, why you got people sitting on the sideline when you could be making money?
Especially if you have viewership.
Yeah.
That's all they're looking for this year. They're looking for the viewership numbers. If them viewership numbers are where they want, they're going to expand the season.
Yeah.
They're only playing half the season of an NBA season, but their money just went up, so it's like a double win. Everyone has to play 40 games, and you just got a 6 times.
I'm all for the competitiveness.
My thing is
more competitive,
games, the more money.
I'm all for it.
Right.
So the more money to make the.
Well, that's what's going to come with expansion, because now you want to play every team twice or whatever.
Yeah. Listen, all you got to do is look at the NFL, right? You go from 14 to 16 to 17. Now they want 18.
They want 18. Yeah.
Listen, the owners aren't dumb. More games means more money.
Yes.
More games means more revenue sharing. You know what I'm saying? And this is why you have that opt-out year, because you're not sneaking an extra year on me and continually do it. But when we negotiated it, we were only playing 16 games. You know what I'm saying?
And not to mention, you already think the overseas schedule is expanding.
That's
crazy.
Yeah.
It's more money.
Well,
it's all about the money.
I mean,
it brings in more viewership.
Worldwide. So I mean, let's face it. We know the NFL's ultimate goal is to get an international team.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? They wanted it on an international
or NFL Europe. Few teams.
Yes. They want it to be popular. They want their ultimate goal is like soccer.
Yeah, they want it to be global.
I think the NFL Europe will be like the G League. Like, people, they'll set up teams, and then they'll be able to call them up to the main roster or something. But they'll be getting that exposure in those countries, and those countries will be supporting it.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing, because I'm glad the season was getting ready to start real soon. Because as soon as the March Madness is over,
that's when it starts.
Free agency's a week.
Yeah.
Well, free agency would have happened already. That just got delayed. But the draft is the week after, and then you go to training camp 2 weeks after.
Yeah.
So there's really no chance from
right after the draft.
time
Yeah,
from
you got
college
the
to pro.
yeah, you got the rookie camp, which is even before the regular camp. So it's
So nothing gets interrupted.
nope.
All right. So before we transition, any last words on the WNBA?
Nope.
Glad that it's over.
Congrats, ladies. That's what I got to
Yeah,
say.
man. I definitely.
Kudos.
I'm happy that they got, that they got money, and they're going to continue getting money. It's good. It's a good look.
Yeah, it's just scratching the surface.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, if you want to preview, all you gotta do is look at Magic Johnson and Larry Bird.
Yeah.
The league was going left, and then they came in and they revived it.
Yeah.
And this class, like I said, Howard Transit is doing the same thing.
And they'll still be able to supplement their income with endorsements and stuff like that. So, I mean, you're going to have to be a certain caliber player, but
yeah,
I don't think we'll be seeing anybody going overseas.
Oh yeah,
you're
seeing more and more commercials with women in it, like mainstream commercials, not just the men.
They're more
the men
recognizable.
singing it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, so we'll move on. We'll move on from that. Let's see. We'll talk about let's talk about the World Baseball Classic. So as you know, United States was ousted in the finals by Venezuela, and Steve has an interesting take on it, right? Steve, you wanted to pose the question in which we talked about. Go ahead, floor is yours.
I was going to say there were several teams that were considered leaders in this tournament. I think there was co-favorites going in between the United States, Japan, and Dominican Republic. But then you had strong teams like Venezuela, Puerto Rico,
Italy
emerged.
Nobody expected Italy.
But Venezuela was the 5th ranked power in the tournament. Why do you think it is that they were able to? Because it wasn't just the United States they beat. What do you think was the reason that Venezuela was able to rise to the front?
They had key hits, key situations.
You mentioned something, or maybe they had more balance. I think maybe it was Ryan. Somebody said they were strong in just hitting, they were strong in just pitching. Venezuela had it all, and they had a lot more name players than I thought.
Yeah.
But what they say, what's the adage in baseball that they say, what will beat what? I know this is right up your alley.
Pitching.
Yeah.
Good pitching. All those teams could hit. Japan, but the good pitching shut down all those bats. We saw it with the USA, but early on, Japan, USA, they were scoring crazy runs.
Hey, I wish we had a guy like Erod. Oh yeah, we did have him. We did have him. But yeah, so I'm not going to talk politics because we all know what went down in Venezuela. But it was just
funny as hell.
Yeah. It just was it was almost fitting that they won because of what happened on the political scene. But when we look at it, when we look at the overall scheme of things. What really stood out was how our home team, how our guys stood out. Our guys,
the
Red Sox guys.
Yes.
The Red Sox
very well.
The Red Sox played exceptionally well, such to the point that we needed to highlight them. All right, so we'll start off by highlighting these guys and what they did. For the individual countries. All right. Let's start. Where are we? Okay, we'll start here. All right. We'll start with the USA. Garrett Whitlock. All right.
He looked, showed to be the best setup man.
Yeah, he looked unhittable.
Yes.
He was hurt last year in the majors, right?
Yeah.
So we didn't really get to see him.
But this guy, in my opinion, this guy should go back to being a starter.
I think his big money is just
of course,
just put in one inning a night and make that big money.
But this guy he's unhittable.
Yes. So and even during the broadcast, they highlighted it. They were like, those it was a good show for the USA, but oh boy, those Boston Red Sox spread out around the world.
And what was the common denominator you noticed most about all these guys? How young they are.
Young, yes.
They're all 24 years or younger.
Youth. That's exactly what they said.
They were talking about trading him this year with another guy who showed their talents in this tournament.
Yeah. It just goes to show you. we got away for a little while with developing our talent. The Red Sox.
Yeah, we always traded it away.
We always traded away. Well, but
go for the postseason.
But we got back to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I won't say when we won the first title, but we started to get to it after that. We started to keep our homegrown, and then we pretty much got away from
started
it.
when the Mookie Betts and them
Yes,
came up,
yes,
you know?
yes. When we had all three outfielders.
Yes.
When we had all three outfielders, those guys were all homegrown. They all came up through Pawtucket.
Yep.
All right. And this is, this goes to show. Listen, it's great to go out there and get those free agents. It's great to go out there and get those big names. But when you can, yeah, it is, because they're going to eventually, especially if you play in a small market, they're going to eventually fly the coop. They're going to go where the money is. Yep. I mean, there's no salary cap in baseball. Mm-hmm. So
you can tell by the Dodgers.
Guess what? Big bank takes little bank, right? Yeah. There's no hiding it, right? So this is where it goes. So if you can keep those, if you play in a market such as Boston, well, we can keep our free agents. I mean, because we're
if we choose to.
Yeah, if we choose to. But the thing I think where we went wrong is we started to win, and it's like, okay, well, we won. We can kind of just get away from it. Instead of staying on top, we kind of devalued some of our players. Like, yeah, you know what? We can get another one. And it wasn't happening. So yeah, Willie, another one, home run against the USA.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
They got home run against Japan.
Yeah. In the biggest of spots too.
Yes.
In the biggest of spots.
Under pressure.
Yeah. Another one for Italy. Yes. So it's like you're looking at all these players and you're like, damn, they all reside in Boston.
You ain't done yet either.
No, I'm not. No.
You ain't done yet.
I'm not nowhere.
He hasn't put up my newest favorite Boston player.
I still got 4 more players to go.
I know.
You're gonna put up my newest favorite. Nope, that's not my newest.
No, I'm just going up in order.
Yeah,
he played his butt off too. Yeah,
Steve and I talked about. We talked about it during the week. We were talking about the crowded outfield and whose name was on the trade list last year.
He was the number one before him.
Yeah,
he was the number one right here.
He was the number one because he had the quote unquote the most value.
Yeah.
All right. You got to remember, the year before he was an MVP candidate.
Mm-hmm.
Sure was.
I did not know
he won the MVP in All-Star game.
Yes, I did not know. After doing some research, I didn't know that he suffered. He was mental health, depression.
Yeah, because of the comment they said he made.
He was depressed.
He couldn't take the abuse that
the
crowds were giving him, calling him a racist.
So yeah, it's crazy. I mean, so we'll keep going on, right? Another one, pitcher, right? Once again, you just look at these guys and you're like, it gives a lot of hope, a lot of,
You said he's a pitcher? They put up his batting.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. On base. Oh no, he's not a pitcher.
That's not a pitcher.
That's not a pitcher.
That's the guy that they were trying to trade.
No. I'm already ahead of myself. No, not him. So this is where I was going.
Bello, right? I like him.
Well,
and
listen,
he's down to the number 4 starter, number 5 starter now. That's crazy to have that talent.
2 years ago, he was our number 2.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden you slide down to number 4. That just goes to show you the depth in which they're getting.
Yes.
In which they're going.
Yeah, I'll take him as a number 4 all day.
Oh yeah.
And then one of those young guys that played good at the end of the year and pitched
all
in the
day long.
playoffs.
Are you kidding me? Yep. That big ass strong arm.
All right, so it's like you
crazy.
You can just like keep going, going.
You still ain't put the man up.
And
my newest favorite player, here he comes.
Yeah,
let's go.
Hold on. Who did I miss?
What do you mean? Who did you miss?
You missed the
biggest young
one of the sweetest swings looking.
Wait, hold on. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put him up. I forgot to put him up.
You motherfucker, Roman.
You know what?
Anthony.
I have him. I had him, but you know what? His pitcher was different. Roman Anthony. I do have him, but
his swing is so
smooth.
Oh my God, bro.
And he's young.
Yeah, he's young.
And, so
and remember, we didn't even have him last year.
Yeah, he got hurt
at the end of the season.
Yep.
Like it was crazy.
And he came up late, didn't he?
Yeah,
he did. They brought him up because they brought him up so late because They didn't
avoid
want
the
to.
eligibility.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
A year of service.
Yeah,
I hate that rule.
It's
Bryce Hopper,
let me see. I'll put the comment up.
he shit the bed.
Well, you know something.
Hopper had the big 2 home.
Yeah,
Run home
it's hard for me. It's hard to say that one individual shit the bed because they all did in the last 2 games. Nobody hit.
But
nobody.
He didn't do nothing the whole tournament pretty much until these last 2 games.
Yeah, but look at last year's World Series with Mookie Betts. He really didn't do anything at all, especially when it came to the World Series. What did he really do? But his presence alone does what?
But yeah,
but everything, but everybody else around him.
Yeah,
we could talk about it like this, right? So in the Olympics, right? Steph Curry didn't do anything. What did he do that last game?
Yeah, absolutely. Good point.
Listen, you just rise
Yeah.
when your number's called or they need you rise.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it just goes to show. I mean,
he sure is, Greg.
According to rings, Robert Ory's the 5th or 6th best player in history.
Yeah. No.
According to rings, he should be the 2nd best player in history.
Yeah,
only behind Russell.
Yeah,
only behind Russell. He got 7.
He got 7.
Doesn't Havlicek don't have 7 or 8?
No.
You sure?
No. Nope.
I
No, Horry's got
Bill
7.
Horry.
Yes, he got 7.
Is it? Okay.
Yep.
I thought somebody was up there with him or had one more than him.
But yeah, so and this is, he brought a good point up, Rafaela.
Yeah.
But it is for some people, some people were like, because let's face it, when you looked at that roster, you saw hitting. The USA roster, you saw hitting.
And you saw pitching, but they weren't using him more than 1 or 2 starts like Tariq Skubal.
Yeah.
He pitched, but he was showing up to all the games.
Yeah.
I think he would have pitched if he had to in that last game, but there was agreements made with clubs. That's why the closer, Mason Miller, didn't come in. The guy from, is it San Fran or San Diego? But he's supposed to be the best closer in baseball now. And he pitched earlier in the tournament, but they had an agreement with the major league team. You're going to use our player, but we're not going to let you abuse him, and then they damage. So you can only use him if it's a close situation in the championship. They wanted to bring him in the 9th inning, and they couldn't. And everybody questioned Mark DeRosa, and he said, because Major League Baseball, we had an agreement with the teams how much we can use their players, and they said, we want to go for the championship, but you can't use our player. The team had to sign off. And they said, if it's a closing situation to clinch it, yes, but you're not going to bring him in a hold situation.
Well, you got to remember 2 years ago, all the guys that got hurt.
Yeah.
2 years ago,
celebrating.
2 years ago, there was a lot of guys. There was a lot of guys that got hurt. So, teams were like, "Wait, listen, we're paying him millions of dollars."
Yeah.
Greg said Kuzi has 8.
So I don't know. I don't know. It's not something.
As a player and coach, or just a player?
A player. It was.
I knew somebody had 8.
It was Thing that has one as a player coach.
Russell
has one as a player coach. But yeah, when I looked at the USA roster, I'm like, man, they got bats for days. And the last 2 games, they couldn't swing and hit much of anything.
But pitching got better as well too.
That's what Greg said.
Yeah, but wait a second. So do you think Erod is an elite pitcher?
Elite, no, but I think he's good.
Enough to neutralize that all-star lineup like that for 5 innings?
Every pitcher has their day.
No, I understand.
When their stuff is working, their stuff is working.
I understand.
That's why they're major league pitchers. Look at the 17-year-old for I forget what team.
Oh yeah,
Joe said no.
the 17-year-old who shut down an elite USA team for the innings he pitched.
Yeah, I know, I get it, but my thing is
Cuba.
My thing is when we look at Erod,
Kid's still in high school.
I say, okay, he's a good pitcher. He's probably like in between a 2 and a 3. He's not damn near not a 1. I don't think he's a number 2 either.
No,
you know what I'm saying? He falls in between like a 2, like I said, a 2 and a 3. He's right there.
So that makes him a good pitcher, not an elite.
I think it makes him a decent pitcher.
No, he's good.
He's good.
I think it makes him a decent pitcher.
I think he's more than decent.
I thought so. When he was with the Red Sox, I thought he was a number 2. I think as he's getting older, I think
you get more mature. You get.
Well, no, you get smarter.
Yes,
you get smarter. I mean, science has shown that if you look at elite athletes, mind, body, and the psyche all meet together when you're 30. I mean, it's a proven fact. But my thing is, I looked at the USA's.
Steve's hitting 78.
Yeah, no, that's when you start. That's when you need diapers. That's when you need diapers.
No, not at 78. In 1978, when he was walking over Virginia High School.
That's what that crinkle sound was. But yeah, no. When I looked at the USA roster. I mean, I was like, I was expecting more, and it just didn't happen.
There were some big names
maybe
that didn't play.
Maybe
play or didn't produce well. One former Red Sox.
Yeah. So I look at it this way, right? I look at it this way. Maybe if the World Classic were mid-season, maybe you might have seen a little bit. It's the beginning of the season.
This was their spring training.
Yeah,
I know. But I'm saying, no, yeah. So if you took it and you put it like right after or right before the All-Star game, maybe you might see different results.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We can't complain about the weather because it was warm weather that they were playing in. Yeah. It wasn't like they were playing out here, in the Northeast where it's cold.
But they also played in domes as well.
Yeah. But for me, I expected a little more in the way of runs from, and I was.
You could say that about all the top 4 or 5 teams.
I was pretty perturbed when we lost it. But I was pretty perturbed when we lost it.
That was the coach's fault.
I agree with you, Greg. This is the best World Baseball Classic.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was,
and it was because of the quality. And I was going to make a point. I think the world has caught up to the United States in baseball too, because all those teams all had crazy stuff. Look at Venezuela's lineup.
I think the word passed. Some of the word passed.
Oh yeah,
like
Dominican.
We've known that.
It's not like basketball.
Puerto Rico.
It's not like basketball.
They play baseball all year long.
Yeah, the land countries have I
but
think
it's
they
still
have
their secondary sport because soccer is still the main thing.
But what
baseball's getting up?
Because I watched the game against Dominican with Rudy. What he had told me, which I didn't know, is once like all these Latin players and stuff, even the Japan players, when they leave the league after the league ends, they go to their countries and them leagues are just starting up. So they playing all year round.
Wow.
I know that was in Mexico because they used to go down and play winter ball in Mexico.
Dominican.
I didn't know all those.
Puerto Rico, Japan, all them countries still go and play while we're just sitting around doing nothing.
But Venezuela won. Abreu was on there. Robert Acuna Jr. is on Venezuela.
Yeah, he's an MVP candidate.
They had, when I looked at their lineup, when they put up the starting lineup, I was like, they got him? They got him? You don't place them with those teams because you're used to seeing them play in the United States.
But one thing about this World Baseball Classic that I noticed, I don't know if you guys noticed, but especially the Latin teams, whenever they did something good, they celebrated. Whenever the USA did something good, whenever the USA did something good, it was okay.
The United States expects dominance all
the
time.
But that right there,
really have fun.
that right there is not
that arrogant because the world is caught up.
That's making the game. That's making the game fun. That makes the crowd want to be there and watch.
Every sport. Well, they're celebrating, they're singing and chanting.
You think about, I come down the lane and I dunk it on you. What's the thing that you want to come do back?
You want
to come dunk it back on me. It just seems like they were just like, okay, and this went about.
Listen, I appreciate the bat flips. I appreciate.
Oh hell yeah, all of it.
Did you see Abreu's bat flip against Japan? Yo, he threw it so high, missed it, and his boy getting all over him. Like they were excited.
Yeah.
Yo, they turn a double play. They get excited.
Yeah.
Yep. So they
weren't strikeouts. Excited.
Yeah. They weren't playing for money. They were playing for pride of their country, and that's what made me enjoy it so much because they wanted to win.
I could tell you that Aaron Judge and Roman Anthony were into it. They were into it.
And they became great friends and they're mortal enemies.
You know what I'm saying? It was crazy, but not the whole USA team was into it. It pissed me off.
All you need,
we literally talked about it as we were watching.
You need not look any further than when somebody hit a home run. All the Latin countries would empty the bench
and line up.
Line.
And they were genuinely happy with that person.
In the USA, and somebody hit a run, it was the on-deck batter and the batter coming on deck. That's it.
You had to wait till they got in the dugout.
They gave Roman Anthony the rookie treatment when he hit his home run. I'm like, yo, this dude just hit a clutch home run.
Yeah. You know what? You know what's great I like about sports so far, Olympics, hockey, baseball, they've all been so competitive.
Oh, yeah.
All been so. You know something?
That Olympic hockey run.
Yes.
Was
you know
great.
something?
Men's and women's.
You know something? I agree
with you, Joe.
I think hockey last year
beating Canada was big.
Well, no, not this year. I'm saying hockey last year, when the big thing was, we're not like the All Star game.
Oh.
We're not like the NBA. We play and we take it serious.
Yes.
We play for pride.
If I'm not mistaken, in the hockey game last, like they
They
fought.
fought. Yeah.
They fought
They
right
fought.
before
They jumped the
puck was-
gloves.
Yeah, before the
they
game
jumped-
even started, they were fighting.
Right, some of those guys were teammates on the NHL team.
Yeah.
I'm not
Nope.
a teammate today.
The Kachucks were
That
out
goes
for
back to our mentality. We be together 24/7 when we were kids. As soon as we got on the field, the court, something,
No.
it was no holds barred. Let's get it.
shit. Y'all see me
Yeah.
down at the Montes when I played against Randy Machado?
Yeah. Oh God, we be standing there fighting. Me and Sharika the same age. Oh, it'd be damn near a brawl every time we go out to do something.
Once you get on the court,
I
elbows are going.
I loved how I love how it's back to the competitiveness
That's
and,
what I
and the
enjoyed the
pride.
most.
We've been
Competitive
screaming for that for how long?
Yes.
And how much they really played for pride.
Yeah.
There was no, if I don't get paid, I ain't playing.
I had to give the NBA All Star game.
And who set the tone? Wemby, right?
Wemby.
Right after opening tip.
Wemby and Edwards.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
The young guy.
And it trickled into the rest of the guys too. You could see it, like, oh damn, these young boys want it. We got to come bring it.
It's good to see. That guys are, they're not favoring their brand and like watering down the competition to play. They play and they go full speed.
Not afraid to fail if you give your best and you don't produce. The NBA, that's why there's no dunk contest. That's everybody's worried about protecting their brand, their image, or getting hurt.
There's
None of that was there in baseball.
There's something in the works.
They
for
just
the
went out
NBA
there and
dunk
played.
contest too, from what I understand. They're talking about bringing in regular smokes because we see all the highlights on Facebook and everything.
That will
offer $2 million.
That will bolster up the NBA weekend again.
Yeah, of course. It will.
Listen, I don't care.
You're not using NBA
I
players.
listen,
but
I
you're
don't
putting out a better
care.
product.
I don't care if NBA.
care
players
who it
aren't
is.
on it. I want to see it. I want to see a show.
You should start having a dunk off now. And
the
get
crazy part about it,
5 or 10 best dunkers across the
So
country.
do them NBA players. They want to see the show.
I want to see a show. Listen, when you had Wilkins, you had Jordan, and you had Drexler, you had all these. Everybody else on the court, everybody else who was on the sideline was clapping.
Yeah.
They were filming, they were clapping.
They became fans.
Yes, exactly.
The last good one was with what? What's his face that plays for Denver
Zach
now?
Levine.
Levine and Thing.
Levine and
Gordon.
Were the best
That
ones.
was a really
2
good
years
one.
in a row.
Yeah.
That was a really good one.
Yeah.
Even though I think Gordon got ripped off on one of them, but that was still good.
Yeah.
It was hard to pick a winner or loser in that.
See,
too.
me personally, I would love to see like a Zion Williamson come into the dunk contest.
But
he won't.
And a John Morant. Why?
Yeah.
Why? If you're doing these crazy dunks in a game, what do you think you could possibly do when you're playing something? When you have it planned and you've been practicing.
It was them two, Edwards and a couple of other people.
Edwards.
Every time they announce him, I was like, who's that guy?
Yep.
Because it's somebody at the bottom of the bench that happens to be a good athlete.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why was Jackson Hayes in the dunk contest? You know,
Okay.
why was-
Even somebody who come in and be like, "Hey, I got $1 million on Matt McClung to come back, see if one of you guys can beat him." Like that would be fantastic to me because then I think they'd come out of the woodwork.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Steve said, don't be afraid to compete. Show your competitiveness and get
What
in
if
there.
I lose?
Yeah, that's what it is. Everybody is afraid of, my brand might be devalued if I lose a dunk contest.
Well, you know what? You don't have real because everybody's going to get crossed up.
That's
Everybody's
right.
going to get. Speaking of Zion, he dunked it on Wembyama with 2 hands. Went right by him like he was nothing and dunked it with 2 hands.
Yeah.
So everybody's going to get dunked on. It's ever since we've made a basketball on a hoop, you're going to get dunked on.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are.
Alonzo Mourning is considered one of the best defensive players ever. He gets
Mutombo.
dunked on all the time.
Mutombo.
Why? Because he challenged
Yeah, he
everybody.
challenged everybody.
He wanted to block
That mentality.
Vince Carter leaned on him.
Yeah, that mentality is gone. There's no more challenges at the rim. It's far and few in between, and it sucks.
Business decisions.
Yeah,
That's what they call it today.
Yep,
Business.
decisions. Yep, yeah, you're absolutely
All
right.
Kudos to the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
I watched as much as I could, and I don't watch a lot of baseball. I was looking forward to every game, even if it wasn't the United States playing.
Man.
I want to see Dominican Republic play against Italy. Or I want to see.
I'll tell you right now, I got cussed out for getting up and going in the bedroom and going to watch the game, and I don't even care, bro. I was just like, where you going? I'll be back. I gave that classic, I'll be back. See me for a couple hours. Came and
Do
found
they
me.
do this every couple of years, or do they do it every year?
2-3 years?
I think it's every 2 years.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
2 years, I think. Yep.
Yeah, because
I could
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
frequent.
yeah,
It's frequent.
Yeah, but it needs to be because.
But it's picking up more speed.
I think eventually it'll be every year because it was really good.
I like
product.
every 2 years for now. I like every 2 years.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be every.
It doesn't have to be every year to me.
And
I wouldn't mind.
But then you once again it becomes a team.
Yeah, it's contractual issues and all this other stuff, and
but I'm not mad at
injuries.
Yeah, the Cincinnati Reds said no to their shortstop. He couldn't go play.
Oh yeah, he
That's
plays for Dominican
crazy.
Republic. Yep.
Joe's saying every 4 years. It's every 4 years, Joe?
Is it every 4? I thought it was every 2.
I don't know.
He would know.
Well,
He would know.
Yeah,
No,
he's a
I'm not
baseball
saying.
guy.
I thought it was
He's a
every
baseball
2.
guy.
The last 2 times.
So it's like the Olympics. But listen, I'm it with the way the competition was, and it was very entertaining. Listen, I don't mind.
It was basically just fun to watch.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
And then the side note was all our local Red Sox players all playing significant roles in it, and they weren't the big names on their team, but they produced like they were.
There's not too many things that put me on the edge of my seat. And when you see me do one of these, and I'm like, yeah, buddy, we about to get it.
Yeah, no. So guess what? 2030 we'll be we'll be waiting
Guess
and
what? All
watching.
those Red Sox guys will still be playing because they're all 22 and 23
Yeah,
years
you
old
ain't lying.
now. They'll be in their prime.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So it makes for a good segue. We can cross over to the league, the association. So shocking news that was put out yesterday was Cade Cunningham suffering a mild. Now the key word here is mild collapsed lung. If he suffered a complete collapsed lung, I mean, let's face it, you're going to be in the hospital. You're going to be on a breathing machine helping you because the lung is a serious thing, right? It's a mild collapsed lung. I got a video with it being explained pretty much in depth as to the circumstances leading around it. Let me pull it up here. Oops, where is it? I'll pull it up so we can get an actual. Where is it? Here it is, right here.
I have some breaking news coming out this morning out of the NBA. Who better to break this down with us than Shams Charania, who is here. Shams, what do you have for us and some major news coming out of the league?
Sources tell me that Detroit Pistons superstar Cade Cunningham has been diagnosed with a mild collapsed lung, and he's expected to miss an extended period of time. The Pistons are not quite sure exactly how long. Could it be a period of weeks? Obviously, the playoffs are about a month away. There is some optimism that he's going to be back for the playoffs, but this is a situation.
All right, so I apologize. We're having technical difficulties with the audio. I'll have to figure that out. But basically, what Shams went on to say was, the key word was a mild collapsed lung. He also went on to say that, it's not. It is a bad situation, but it also, for the team personally, for the individual on the team, but. When people think of a collapsed lung, like, oh my God, he's going to be gone for a month or whatever. He's expected to miss anywhere between 2 to 3 weeks. Now there's 14 to 15 games left, and like we were talking about beforehand, there were 2 players in 2008 and 2009. Gerald Wallace only missed 7 games with the same thing with a mild collapse lung. And also in 2014 and 15, Terrence Jones only missed 6 games. So the thing is, like I said earlier when we were talking about it, is if it's a complete collapsed lung, now you have to stay in the hospital, breathing monitoring, medications. You're probably hooked up to machines. But where it's mild, he can. They're gonna give him meds, and he can. It's the body just recuperating itself. But the one big kicker is they're in first place by 2.5 games in front of the Celtics. Will they be able to hold on?
That's the one. That's what's going to hurt them the most.
Well, are they going to be able to hold on? Right.
It's not like they have a shitty roster. I mean,
no. So
who's his backup?
Well, I got that.
Yeah,
so,
but I'm saying nobody's going to know because he doesn't.
So I got all that. So I did look up their record without him this year. They are 5-2 without him this year. Right. And his backup is, You probably won't know who he is because he was an undrafted in 2024. His name's Danish Jenkins. All right.
Yeah, you're right.
He's a playmaker and
is you related to the Jenkins over there in Cottage?
All right. And his back and who also backs him up is, we know this name, is Karis LeVert.
I thought the Austin twin played a little bit of.
Oh no. He can handle the ball, but those are the two guys that usually handle.
LeVert's a scoring guy.
Yeah, but this is the thing, right? So when we think of Detroit, right? First and foremost, we think of tough, hard-nosed defense. Where they're going to miss him most is his ability to take over the game in the end. He's the only real one-on-one guy.
Yeah,
but he handles the ball too.
And he can do it all.
Yes, he handles the ball because you got to remember, you had the guy, you have the all-world guy who made like, I don't know, I think he's one of the top free agent. He's pretty much like Kirk Cousins. He's the Kirk Cousins of the NBA. Let's see if you can figure out. He's been on.
Who's he play for?
He's been on like 5 teams, and he's got max contracts on all of them. But he's never been an All-Star.
Oh, he plays in Detroit now?
Yeah. Come on, you got to.
Not the guy that came over from Miami.
Not the point guard there.
He came over from Philadelphia. And before Philadelphia,
Tobias Harris.
Yeah, there we go. Before that, he was from LA.
Tobias. Yeah, I'm like, who the hell?
And he's not having a bad year.
No. He's having a good year because of the fact that who he's played along with.
Yeah.
But when he was with those other teams, he was supposed to be the Robin, right? He's not even the Robin.
That led to the Jimmy Butler rift in Philly.
Exactly. All right. So he made a crazy deal in LA, right? They signed him to a deal. Then he left LA. Was one of the top free agents for Philadelphia for years, and then he did the same thing over in Detroit. I seen a thing. He is one of the highest paid top free agents in the NBA because when it came time for him to leave, he might have had a good season. When I say good season, 17, 18 points. That's not great, but you happen to be the best available free agent at that time. Not a Batman, but a Robin. And
some people flourish in that role.
Exactly. So he parlayed off of it, and he got a lot of money. But like I said, you got those two guys, but you don't have. There's not many guys on that team that could break somebody down in the way he does. He can go one-on-one. He can hold the ball, and he can help out. He can help set other people up, and that's what they're gonna miss. All right, so now I got a breakdown of the remaining games. They got 14 games left. All right.
Greg Simpson said Tobias Harris is another cat.
Yeah. Not too far.
With less spice.
Yeah, right. Oh my God. So they got 14 games, 7 at home, 7 away. All right. So starting tonight, I believe they're at Washington Wizards. Then they're at home against Golden State. They've got the Lakers. On the road against the Lakers. This is a tough stretch for them right here. Lakers, at Atlanta, at Pelicans, at Minnesota. All right. Excuse me, those are all home. Lakers home, Atlanta home, Pelicans all home. But those are all 3 teams that are playing really well right now. All right. Atlanta just won 10 straight games.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, they're young boys.
LA's got a 7 or 8 game win streak they're on. Minnesota, same thing.
Yep.
All right. Then
although Edwards is out.
Yes, he's out. Yeah, 2 legs swollen.
Yeah.
Then they're at OKC. Then home against Toronto. Then they got Minnesota again. Then they're at Philly, at Orlando, Milwaukee, at Charlotte, at Indy. So you think about it, right? You think about it. If they go on a 3-game losing streak, they goes first place. Because Boston's not going to lose 3 games in a row.
No, but if they lost a 3-game losing streak, Boston would have to win 3 games.
Yeah, I know. But this is the thing. Boston hasn't had a 3-game losing streak, with the exception to start off the beginning of the year. Yeah. They just suffered their longest losing streak.
But if they win 2 out of 3 and the other team loses 3, you only gained 1 game.
Yeah, no, I know.
Boston's transformation over this year has been nothing but sure.
Yeah,
totally unexpected.
So this on like miracle status.
So I look at it. JT. I look at it this way, right? There's always the games that we think you're going to win, but you look at them and you say, "Oh, this is a gimme," but it doesn't work out that way. There might be a game or 2 in there. You know, there might be a game in two in there that they might fall. So basically, what they're saying right now is he's probably going to miss anywhere between, they're guesstimating 7 to 10 games, and then come back, you know, for the final 3 or 4.
But
If we don't even know.
If he comes back, he'll have
We don't
fresh
even know.
legs, too.
We don't even know.
Yeah, they might want to
They're
make sure he's
guesstimating.
100%.
They're
Take no
guesstimating.
chances at all.
So
Yeah, they probably already got a barometer. Like, we don't want to fall no lower than third place.
I
They already had that discussion.
you know something? There's no real big difference between first and
No,
second.
that's what I'm saying.
First and second, there's no difference. I mean, because
just unless you both meet in the finals.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
last
Home
game.
field.
One game is the difference.
So yeah, I don't know how they're going. They're a young team. How they respond to adversity at this point in the season without their leader, without their MVP candidate, it remains to be seen. We don't know. So we'll just have to wait and see. You know how it plays out. Like I said, they're 5-2 with him without him this year. You know, they're gonna have to lean heavily. They're going to have to be those Detroit basketball defensive gurus at this point now.
And that's what they're doing.
You know, you're going to have to smother teams defensively. So you basically you're not going to have to compensate.
I ain't seen that.
On the offensive way. All right. What he put? Let's read it out. It says, "What happened to Cade is wild. I hope he takes care of himself versus rushing to come back. You're not allowed on airplanes. Oh no, because of pressure. Collapsed lung. He took a ride back to Detroit by land. I hope he heals up and has a very long career. He will. You know, the one good point about this, Nate, is he's young.
You sure that's Nate Victor?
Yes, that is Nate.
Are we sure?
That is Nate.
Hey, when it comes, it's not a New York player too. But when it comes to like the organs, Nathan's on top of his stuff right now.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about he don't know what he's talking about. He's just being so kind.
Wait, hold on.
It's not done.
There's gonna be something else coming. Right
You're not done.
Oh no.
But yeah,
there's something else coming with it.
I think youth has a lot to do with it right now. It's pretty, you can afford this injury when you're 24 and 25.
Oh, hell yeah.
As opposed to 32 and 33.
Oh, big difference.
The snapback is a lot different, as we can all attest to, because there ain't no spring chickens on this panel right now.
35 has been rough, man. When I turned 35, man.
Kevin's only spring.
Damn, 35 has been a rough year since January, man. Yeah, 35 is tough.
Yeah.
35. 35 almost.
You're like, wait a second, you graduated in the 90s. Get the hell out of here.
35 almost twice. Almost twice now.
But yeah, so I think will they fall that far behind? No. I think even if they fall out of first place, I don't think it's much of a
No.
Then I think there's a big drop off to third. First and second is the only thing in danger.
No. So they're I want to say 5.5 games.
I think New York's like 4 games behind Boston.
No, they're 3.5 games behind Boston. So it's like 7.5 games.
This is spicy 4 games. Spicy.
But yeah, it remains to be seen. Anybody else want to comment?
Yeah, New York sucks.
Oh no, you're gonna get them started.
My thing is the self-dubbed the greatest big man shooter ever is he hasn't learned the system yet, and the feedback on that from his coach is like, you've almost had a full year. What are you waiting for? This isn't it's in Pee Wee basketball. Yeah, man. He just seems off in some games, and then he seems on in some games.
He's soft.
Yeah.
He's soft.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So in other news, Steve's guy, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
He wants to play.
He
sounds like a Raider that same situation.
He basically
a Raider, Max Crosby.
Yeah. He wanted to play too.
But he
right.
was actually hurt. He had surgery after the season.
Shit,
he had surgery before the season.
Shit, he dressed up for a new team and got sent back home.
He went to dinner and everything.
Yeah.
Oh wait, hold on.
Did you see? We brought it up. I know we're going off topic, but you see that they said that he got flown to Washington.
Yeah.
On a regular flight, commercial, and then they had to drive 2 hours to Baltimore to get to the team meeting. He said he was not happy with it.
They didn't even fly into Baltimore. Baltimore has their own.
I know they do.
Yeah.
I wonder if he just was like, "Hey, doc, feel this physical real fast."
So I didn't realize that Giannis has been hurt a lot this year. 5 different injuries, 2 ankles.
At first, I thought it was a ploy because he was trying to keep his health for free agency or a trade for his new team.
Did you see the dunk? So he did his patented spin dunk. When he came down, he was like on a 45, and he didn't come down. He didn't come down on both legs. He was like kind of like on a 45. And when he came down, his leg just stuck into the ground.
I didn't see.
And
the
he
injury. I just
rolled
saw
down.
that. It was
And then
reported
he was nervous because when you do something, he looked at the bench like, oh my God, I did something.
Yep.
And he looked and he didn't want no one touching it.
Yep. Don't touch it. Don't put no weight on it.
He just like kind of flexed it and then got up, and then it took him a long time to get off the court. And then he walked back to the locker room. But yeah. So when I was reading it today, he's been hurt 5 different times this year, where he's missed at least a week. So it's crazy. But not to go off subject. So we were talking about the greatest big man. So I don't know if you all seen it. It was all over Facebook this week. Joel Embiid, 435 games played, 435 games missed. That's crazy. That's wild.
That's crazy.
That's wild. And no knock. Maybe you might call him. Oh, he's an old head. Tell me, did you see guys like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Moses Malone, Robert Parrish?
And it was more physical back then.
Yes, the rules were made in such a way where they wanted it. They wanted it low scoring. It was more physical. There was hand checking. There was a lot of stuff. But the guys nowadays, man, I don't get it. They claim to be in better shape, physically bigger, faster, but they get hurt a whole lot easier. Yeah. So please make it make sense. You can't be bigger, faster, stronger, but get hurt easier.
Yeah.
You can't. In this case, two things can't be right at the same time. No, you got to take a left side and a right side. You can't have it both ways.
Do you think being bigger, faster, and stronger, but the ligaments are still the same?
Good point. I mean, more strain on the body,
more stress.
Yeah.
Whether you're bigger, faster, stronger, your ligaments are still the same.
You said Nate was nice, right? There it goes.
Oh, what'd he say?
SOFT.
It's the truth.
Yes, it is. Hey, listen, I can appreciate and respect when somebody who will call out one of their own players.
He called up Ralph Sampson.
Yeah.
Ralph. Except for when he picked
the fight. I'll take Embiid 50% over Cat.
Except for when Ralph Sampson wanted to beat up Danny Ainge. That was no fun.
that just wasn't fair.
A 7'2" guy fighting against a 6'2" guy.
Do you remember his head bouncing off the parquet?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's ugly.
Yeah.
I don't know what was worse. The sucker punch was it Rudy Tomjanovich that got sucker punched by. Yeah, that was. Oof.
So Giannis.
Damn, I just showed my age right there.
Well, they know your age. So it goes to show you that he's a throwback player. He don't want to take time off. But me as a franchise, I'm looking at it. I'm saying, listen, you don't have to miss the remainder of the season, but you don't have to come back before it's your time either, because they're not in any playoff spots, right? They're not in the play-in. They're low. You're gonna have a high pick next year, right? They're not. I don't believe they're in any of the play-in spots or anything like that. So, you're lottery bound. So I can see where they're coming from. It's twofold, because you want to protect the player, but yet still you want a high draft, and he's going against it. So it is what it is. But yeah, they're at odds. What else do we have in the NBA? Any other news that we know of in the NBA?
Well, we mentioned it briefly earlier when I misquoted the amount, but
the expansion teams. Yeah.
The expansion teams. Back to Seattle.
Yes. Yeah, back to Seattle Supersonics.
Now, does Seattle and Vegas. Why they left Seattle? Was it a financial thing, or just the owner wanted to move?
So basically, when they left Seattle, it was a monetary thing. It's money. They weren't seeing the investment.
The revenue wasn't generated.
It's the same thing all the time with any relocation.
They're leaving because was just a blustering more revenue generated place, and they're still expanding until this day. I wish Ed was around because he can expand on it even more. They're building something out there right now that's ridiculous. Yeah. They're in the midst of building something. I forgot what it was. It's just ridiculous what they're doing out there.
So Seattle and Vegas. That's
no
where the
brainer.
that's where the 7 to 10 that's where the 7 to 10 billion comes in. 7 to 10 billion becomes, and Stephen A. Smith was adamant yesterday on First Take. Said you can bookmark it. It's going to be 10 billion. And they and Shams and what's his name, the heavyset guy there. What's his name?
Whitlock.
No,
Was it Whitlock?
Windhurst says, he's like, wait a second, who's your insider? like, wait, I'm the insider. I don't know this, But yeah, Seattle and Vegas, right? Vegas, like you said, no brainer money. I mean, for monetary gains, I mean that's money all day.
Oh hell yeah,
Vegas.
Oh,
You're in Vegas. You want to see whatever goes on. I mean, when we were in Vegas, it's the
Everything
everything
around the casinos. Now you got an option.
Everything at the drop of a dime, you can just pick up. So when you go in the rooms, they have the TVs, and you just click on the TVs, and it's got all the events and everything. Heck, we were able to. We're thinking we're at home, like, oh man, we ain't going to be able to see mine. And here it is, it was like 6:30.
Yep.
Show started at 8:00. We're like, we're never gonna get tickets. We clicked on it. Was like, yeah, this is bad tickets. Look, we bought tickets, right? No problem. But that's how it is. Vegas is so saturated. There's 20 different comedians
for just one day.
Yeah, exactly.
For the whole week.
There's 20 different comedians. There's shows. There's concerts. There's everything.
On a Tuesday,
yes,
there's headliners over there, and it's just
so
crazy.
Vegas is a no-brainer. Seattle is a different story. It's not a big. You think about it, right? You got Seattle. It's a Pacific Northwest, right?
They're trying to sell the football team right now.
I know.
Yeah. Even before they won, they were trying to sell them.
Yeah, and it's not. You're looking at two different sides of the spectrum. You're looking from a place that is booming like Vegas and the Pacific Northwest, where only the people for the Pacific Northwest are going to want to stay there. Yeah. I mean, how many people do you say I hear saying I want to move to Seattle? Anybody out there? Let me know. I mean, but I'm not trying to be a jackass about it. I'm just stating facts.
Yeah.
And nor do the players. I mean, if you get drafted there, or you go there and you play, but you don't see people.
Oh, the only thing I'm drawing you is the money.
Yeah. What will be good for them? Anytime you get a new franchise back, there's always that welcoming thing. People are going to show out. How long is it going to be though? How long are you going to be able to keep that?
Not winning.
There you go. How long are you going to be able to keep that focus and that enthusiasm when you're a bottom feeder, right? With those two teams coming in, Seattle and Vegas, it means one team has to shift over. So Minnesota, they're dubbing Minnesota. They're going to come over into the East.
Yeah.
And it's like that in all the other sports. They're on the eastern side of things.
Well, it doesn't make sense. I mean, look at Dallas. Yeah. They're one of the original teams. They talk about realignment. And they talk about all the time moving them. But, once you get that claim, well, like I was one of the originals, you're kind of grandfathered into it. But yeah, once again, expansion, shared revenue.
Yep.
Owners, they're all for it. I mean, if I own a team, you're telling me, oh, two more teams, and you're getting 7 to 10 billion. What? Bring them in.
You want to add one more?
Bring them in. So they're going to have a preliminary vote. Is it tomorrow? I think. Is it tomorrow?
I think that's going to be a no-brainer.
Yeah. It's just a preliminary.
Yeah.
They're going to take basically.
Who's going to turn it down?
Exactly. Listen, all the owners already know.
Yeah.
They already know.
Yeah.
They're just going by. They're just going by.
When's that check coming in the mail?
They're just going by the bylaws of the NBA. That's all they're doing.
Dotting their I's, crossing their T's.
That's right. So when it happens, then they'll move forward with with the specifics. Then they'll sit down and they'll really get they'll really get things in motion. And then before not long, I'd say probably within 2 years.
Yeah, they're saying 28 and 30 was the preliminary.
There was another thing that this expansion affects that you brought up that I didn't even think of, but it's true. You were worried about your Celtics roster because they got to have an expansion draft. Not one team, two teams.
Yeah.
You can only protect 7.
You can only protect.
You can only 5 unprotected.
No, you can. It's your first 8. You can protect. Your first 8, so you protect your first 5, and then you protect 3 after that.
I thought they were
because
coming
it's 12.
in the same year.
It's a 12. It's a 12-man roster, and then you get to use the 3 from the G League.
Unless you heard something I didn't. I heard it was like 28 and 30 that they were going to come in.
What?
Are they coming in at the same time or different years? I thought they said they were coming in together and they were going at the same year, and then they were going to move Minnesota over.
Yeah, no, they're going to come in together. They're going to come in. At the same. Yes, they're going to come in together.
I misread that.
No, they're going to come in together.
Orlando and Charlotte came in together.
Yeah.
Yes,
but if they come in,
it balances.
You got to balance it.
Yeah,
You got to balance it.
Because it'll be uneven.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
you got to
very
balance
true.
it.
Duh.
That's why they
Very
got to
true.
kick. That's
Very
why they
true.
got to kick. Just for realignment purposes, they got to kick Minnesota. They got to kick them back.
And I like that because the East needs another good team. Because the West has got so many good teams.
Yeah,
it's just a swing of power right now. Because I remember when the East was dominant. When you had it's just a swing of power. It'll swing back. Yeah, it'll swing back.
Yeah. So yeah, the expansion draft, the Celtics. Let's face it. You look at them and you're like, damn, all these players that they developed.
Sucks.
They're gonna lose all. They're gonna lose good players.
Each team's gonna be able to take one.
Yeah, they're gonna lose some players that are that they have plans for. And let's face it, not everybody has the luxury of OKC where you can sign your top 3 guys and then you have like 10 number 1 draft picks in the next 3 years, 4 years, whatever it is.
They're gonna have a top 7 pick this year.
LA. So this is what I'm talking about. So the Celtics, the way that Brad was lining up his ducks was like, listen, we keep the Jays, right? We keep the Jays, and obviously you keep White. You keep White. He's going to be in the fold. Kata.
You got to keep Kata.
Well, he's on a friendly deal
right now.
Right, he's on a friendly deal. Even Pritchard. Pritchard's on a friendly deal. He just signed last year. All right. He's still on a friendly, a team friendly deal. All right. Now we can go beyond that. You can start looking at the guys that they drafted 2 and 3 years ago. Jordan Walsh.
Yeah.
You could talk about Shyman. Not Luka Gaza. What's the kid? The kid from Hugo Gonzalez. All those guys, they're all playing, and all you got to do is look at their plus minus. The Celtics really don't blow teams out by 20 and 30. They beat teams by like 10, 12 points. But the thing for me is when you look at that plus minus of the guys that are going in and they're playing 12 to 15 minutes, and it's all on the positive side. Hugo Gonzalez, he's going to set a record this year for his plus minus. You can chime in, Paul, because I know Paul's big on this. But on the plus minus, he's going to set a record for plus minus. I think the last guy for a rookie was Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was the last guy to finish in double digits plus. That's hard to do, and he's going to do it. But this goes to show you how the development of their players and how Brad has been. Listen, we're gonna depend on 3 or 4 guys, and then we're gonna mesh those other guys in. And it's like almost like the perfect storm because you had Pritchard, who obviously he's a spark plug when he comes in off the bench. They had him starting, but they put him back on the bench. And you could take one of the Jays off, and you're not losing any scoring because he just turns the dial up.
Yeah.
And then you have, and I said it last year. I said when they were losing the guys, I'm like, something. I said, Shyman. I saw enough of him, a snapshot of him, to say, listen, this dude's not bad. He's not bad. You know what I'm saying? And you kind of got the same player with a little more with Hauser. Hauser, he's underrated. A lot of people see him on there and they're like, I'm going to go at him.
Shooter.
I'm going to go at him. And surprisingly, he holds his own defensively. I'm not going to say he's a Derek White or anything, but people see him, they're like, I'm going to go at him. Before you know it, he's stripping them. Or he's making them do something that they're not used to because he stays in front of them.
And he's gotten somebody, usually a bigger guy.
Yeah. And God forbid you leave him alone.
Oh, God.
He's snapping
30 feet in.
30
feet, anything 30 feet in.
And
oh, my God.
It's the same thing with Shyman. He's starting to develop a nice
he's
presence.
more athletic.
Yeah, that's what I said.
He's athletic.
He's more athletic. He's able to put the ball down to the ground, and he's able to drive. Where Hauser is he's a set shooter. Yeah. And all this has been, it's a plan. It's developing these guys, develop. Now all that is going to be gone. These guys, a lot of these guys last year were on the two-way deals, and when those guys left, they put them on, So yeah, they might be signed for 2 years and they're making league minimums, a little over the league minimums.
Shit, Walsh
They're
been
not
in
making
the G League for like 3 years.
Yeah, well, this is it. But they had to make a decision, right? It was either keep him or the kid that plays, the kid with the wild hair. What's his name? Plays for OKC now.
Yeah,
the guard.
Yeah, kid from always from Arkansas. No,
You got crazy hops. He was the G League MVP.
Yeah, he was.
So
2 years in a row.
yes. So it's like, wait a second. You have to make a decision, right? Now that decision, you look at it and you say, when you look from the outside and you looked at their college career, you probably would have never been able to say, hey, making the transition, he's going to be a better NBA player, because that kid he's riding the pine. He's not going to see the light of day on OKC. But yet you have Jordan Walsh over here who's he's getting it, he's getting in and he's getting time. So yes, JD Davidson. Very athletic, freakish, can score, very athletic. I didn't see it in Boston. I don't know if it was.
Oh, he was playing behind White.
Well, no. Even when he came in, I didn't see the offensive juggernaut that he was in the G League, because he was dropping 30 points.
They were dependent on him in the G
he was
League,
the man.
and he was just trying to fit in.
He was the man, yeah.
Not make a mistake.
But so with the expansion, you're going to lose. They stand to lose a couple of guys. And that'll derail what they got to do. So now you got to go out and you got to redo it again. But yeah, a lot of teams are going to get pouched. You're going to lose some guys that clearly that you were dependent on, and hoping that you could ride out their 2-year contracts at a very NBA friendly deal to the team. Not going to happen. But we'll see. We'll see what it brings as far as teams. You remember? So it's funny because when I was looking at that, you click on, you say, how your algorithm is followed. So I go from asking Google something, and then I go over to Instagram, and I see all of a sudden the last time I was doing it today. The last time you witnessed an expansion, it showed you some of the guys who got picked up, and when the Charlotte Hornets started their team, one of the first picks, who was? Kelly Tripucka. Yeah. I'm like, wow. Yeah, I'm like, wow. This is wild.
He played defense and he could score.
Yeah. Just by doing the history and stuff like that, I started getting all these things. I'm like, oh man, it's like thinking out loud. Your computer reads your phone and your phone reads your computer.
I remember how mad Kelly Berger used to get. We used to call him Kelly Tripucka in the front. I used to get so mad.
That is all day. Yep.
All right, so where are we at now? Let's see. We talked about
20 minutes.
Let's dive into. You want to dive into the March Madness? We'll try to.
Everybody's Final Fours.
We'll try to hit that up real quick. So you know what? I did a bracket yesterday with one of my guys, and I forgot to record it. But I think I know. I think I know who my Final Four is.
Can we pull ours up live? D, we can pull ours up, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so what are you on Yahoo?
CBS.
Oh,
I did 2 on each.
Yeah,
but they're all 4 different type brackets.
So I had. I know I could tell you. I had Florida. I had who was the
You had Florida what in the Final Four?
Florida's winning it all on my black bracket.
I got them going to the Final Four in one of my brackets.
I got them winning it all. The bracket that we made out yesterday, I had them winning it all. And I had them beating, who was it? It was up here. High Point. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. People are like, you bullshit.
Well, you have them beating Duke in the Final Four because they're in that bracket.
Yes. Yeah, I had them beating Duke. Yep. I had them beating Duke.
That's 2 of my Final Four. I only had one team that could be considered a surprise in the Final Four because all the other three were number one seeds. But I really believe in the number 2 seed. They played in a tough conference, and they're not going to be intimidated. All the teams that are ranked number 1, they played in the regular season.
Somebody gonna go?
Oh, I waiting for you to finish.
No, I'm looking over here. I can barely see.
All right, I'll go. My Final Four is Duke, Houston, Purdue, and Iowa State.
Well, that's
Iowa State's the team I was talking about. That's the only number 2 I have.
And I got Houston.
So well-rounded.
I got Houston and Purdue in the finals, and Purdue winning it all.
See, Purdue's been projected to be in the finals, but they always get tripped up by somebody unexpected, usually early on.
Yeah, but I believe in Purdue this year.
But they do got a good squad. And they
What you got, Kevin? What you got, Kevin?
I don't have anything. I didn't do anything.
Oh,
no, I had I was trying to pull it up. I couldn't even pull it up.
Let me pull it up in mine.
Yeah, pull it up on yours.
All right, while you're doing that,
I know it was Duke. I got Michigan winning it all. I'll tell you that now.
Yeah, I don't even have.
I got Florida.
I had Duke.
I got Florida.
Obviously, Michigan. I want to say UConn. I think. Oh, no, UConn's the number 2 seed with Duke, right? They're in the same bracket, I think, in the East. Did you pull it up yet?
You have UConn, Houston, Michigan, and Purdue. Michigan winning it all.
Yep.
See, I think Michigan's injury with their guard is going to deplete their depth a little bit because you can't replace a leader. Whereas the injuries on Duke weren't starters.
They lost a big man.
Who?
Duke.
Yeah. Well, the way it was set up with Michigan during the tournament, the way the conference tournament set up, you play 3 days in a row. And in that game against Purdue, it seemed like they were a little gassed out. So the way the NCAA tournament is set up, you only play 2 games in a weekend, possibly
every other day.
Every other day, you have a rest. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then when it comes down to it, I think they'll be rested and ready. So that was my logic into picking them because
Jamba.
There's about 6 teams that could win. I don't know if anybody's seen the thing they did on. They put all the teams up, and any team that had a 5-game losing streak during the season has never won the title. A bunch of teams came down on like 2 or 3 or whatever, and at the end it was like 7 teams left.
Yeah,
and so and everybody's bracket, I think they said like 80% of everybody's bracket had picked one of them teams that was left. It was pretty cool the way they did it. And of course, Barkley was all over Kenny as usual. Shut up, fool.
But I had Duke matching up with Florida and Arizona matching up with Iowa State. Iowa State and Arizona have played each other twice this year or 3 times, if you include the tournament. They're not intimidated by Arizona, but Arizona's healthy now.
Yeah, they are.
When they got Koa Pete, and then the player of the year was Jaden. He's the 2-way guy there, the point guy.
The freshman?
No, the freshman is Berries.
Yeah.
Brandon Berries. But now considered a lottery pick. They have the most pro-ready, deep roster, and they play well together. And they got that big white dude that blocks everything, rebounds. That Michigan has one of those too, Maurer.
That's racist.
No, I couldn't remember his name.
Sounded it.
My thing was, you did bring up a good point. Now, I'm not trying to cut you off, but he brought up Ohio State. That Ohio State TCU game.
2-point game.
Tipped everything off for the madness. And no, well, TCU was giving it to them. Look, listen, TCU missed some shots where they could have been up by like 20 at the half in the least. They were only up by 15. But Ohio State clawed its way back into the game and made some blunders in the final 2 minutes where that cost them the game. Not like big blunders, but TCU played well. It was a good game to start off the madness because it's begun. Then you rolled into the Duke game. Siena was beating Duke for a little while. That was
for a long. They 3/4 of the game.
Yeah.
So this is a little sidetrack, but Steve made the comment. They've got a stacked roster. I haven't been following it. So
Arizona?
Arizona.
They do.
What's his name? Bryce. Is he still contemplating transferring?
I think he might because he's not getting no burn on that.
Oh hell no.
Bryce James.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He's talking about
he's coming out in the draft. He's going to be the first pick of the second round. What the hell are you talking about?
I stopped following. I don't know.
He wasn't going to play on that team. It's that talented. Yeah, they got 3 really good freshmen, and they happen to be.
One of them,
he's not playing in front of Cole.
One of them is talking about could be the number one pick in the draft.
Yeah.
So basically, he ran into the same problem where as his brother, because he wasn't even the fourth best player on the team.
Yeah.
No, they're just talented.
Oh, he wasn't even the fifth best player on the team because he wasn't.
He didn't start.
But UCLA wasn't a power, or USC wasn't a powerhouse like Arizona.
Yeah, but they still had better.
But he
couldn't even crack the starting lineup.
He knew who was going. It wasn't like he just like, oh, I'm going to go sign with Arizona because I live here. It's my only option.
People are gassing him up.
Well, so basically, he's going to.
He's probably gonna transfer if he don't go.
If he goes pro, this is what I'm talking about. Now, if it were anyone else, because people are like, oh, you're just hating on LeBron. If it were anyone else, I'd call it like I see it too. Yeah. How could you forego college, not even start? He got less burned than Bronny.
They were talking about redshirting him.
Yeah, they wanted him to redshirt because these guys were all going to go to the league and he would play next year.
He should have. But none of these. But once again, everything needs to be fast tracked. So LeBron can
he's
say
he's not getting bad information. He's getting true live information. He's Bronny's. I mean, he's LeBron's son.
Yeah.
So it's a good chance that he can do it again and sell a team on drafting his second son.
So my question is,
worked out so great.
How is Bronny going to survive it? Because LeBron, he can't handpick his team anymore. After this year, he's not staying in LA.
He's going to be in Lakers.
He's not going to be in LA.
Who's he going to have the power with?
No. LA's not paying him $50 million for a year.
You see their record without him?
Yeah.
You see their record without him? I'm not paying him $50 million a year.
Why would you pay him $50 million? Yeah, you can get two B level players and bring them in. So and then you clear up another roster spot with his son. I mean, you can't take both of your sons with you.
I cringe when we start talking about it because everyberry's like, "Oh, you're a hater."
Yeah.
No, I don't.
I would
LeBron.
I would listen. I would call it out if it were Deuce playing with. I'd be like, "Listen, if you belong, you belong. If you don't belong, you don't."
It affected him enough to where when they played the Celtics, he made the comment about Jaylen Brown because Jaylen Brown got caught talking about Brown.
On a pro.
Yeah, he's not a pro.
Yeah. Yeah, nowadays you got to talk like this because people read lips.
Even that, these microphones are so touchy, you can hear it. Yeah.
But a quick side note: Kevin brought up the Ohio State TCU game. There's a little bit of local intrigue in that. Somebody we know, their son signed to go to TCU next year.
Who?
Andrea Brito Lincoln.
Really?
Her son Trey.
I knew what you were talking about. Wow. Good.
He's at a prep school now or junior college or whatever, but he decided to go to TCU. I'm going to look it up on her page, but I'm pretty sure. And I was like, wow, TCU's a top program. And he's like 6'3", 6'4".
Football, basketball, everything. Yeah. It's a pretty good school.
Yeah.
Horn frogs.
Yeah.
I like I said, I stopped following it. I want to say even before they got to 10 games, it was a big uproar, and he wasn't getting the time that he wanted.
Well, around that time is when they were talking about redshirt.
Yeah. So I stopped. I stopped.
It is TCU.
I stopped following it, and I never looked back at it again because you watched him play.
The last thing I seen was him warming up with them, dancing with them, and then I've read a headline or two since then talking about he's more than likely going to transfer or forego his eligibility and go into the draft. And I was like,
that'd be stupid.
I was like, listen, I'm not hating on him. I wanted to see Bronny go back to school. I thought Bronny had some talent where he just needed to hone it some more.
Yeah.
Like, not everybody's NBA ready a year or two out of high school, and he definitely wasn't. That's not to say he couldn't have gotten there. People have made big leaps and bounds. There's people, success stories where you had, what was his name? He was obviously a different sport. He played the end for the Giants. He was like in the band until his junior year in high school and then grew like 6 inches. Jason Pierre-Paul, was it? Was that the dude? Huh? Yeah. He was like in the band until like the junior year of high school, and then he just blossomed and went and played football. And he was an all-pro at one point in time. And look what happened. So just the pedigree there alone with Bronny was just like, oh, it's cool. Your father's a billionaire. Why would you want to? It was just a history thing. And now if you do it again with a second son, I hope not. I hope this young man stays in school and does what he has to do before he even thinks about entering the draft.
Yeah.
Put history aside. I'm not trying to hear that.
I don't know. It's you can't call one thing and not call the other thing. There's just not enough. It's not enough of a snapshot for us to, for him to warrant to go into the NBA. You cannot stop for your college team and just make the leap into the NBA.
It's never been done before. It's just, and people will try to give examples, and I was like,
well, he was the third round. Come on, I don't want to hear all that.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hear the thing about jerseys either, because he's selling money, making money for them. I don't want to hear. Listen. I'm going strictly based on talent. My argument is, if you don't belong on the team, then you don't belong.
So is that going to be an official stat now? He averaged 25 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists,
and sold $90 million
jerseys a year.
Yeah.
Like an official stat now.
Yeah, well, yeah. That's, you listen to the Braun gang, and that they're going to tell you that.
Wow.
Well, he made them their money back. It's like, come on, man. I don't want to hear that.
But you took a spot from somebody who's more talented
Yeah.
than that roster.
That's it. Anything else we want to touch upon the March Madness before we sign over? Because there's some things we need to talk about in the NFL. There's a couple of things I'd like to talk about.
No, I'm good with March Madness. We gave our final 4 picks. We've seen the beginning stage. It's still going on now. I want to say
I told you I had
Michigan.
Oh, you had Michigan?
I had Michigan.
I have Arizona.
I have Purdue.
So we all have different teams.
I almost picked Purdue because Purdue looks good. They do, and Arizona looks good too. Oh, Cadeau?
I posted and you
Cadeau?
No.
Oh, the point guard from Purdue. Yeah. He listen.
The best point guards, and I didn't mention he's good.
He's really good.
Yeah.
All right, so we need to talk about. We got about 10 minutes left. We need to talk about NFL because there was a trade that just made no sense to me, but I'm sure a lot of us.
Oh God! Let's not bring it up.
So we need to bring it up.
Stick them up.
We need to bring it up. So the trade that just happened a few days ago was Waddle to Denver from Miami. Denver gets Waddle and a 4th round pick this year. In exchange, Miami gets a 1st round pick, which is 30th, a 3rd round pick, which is 94th, and a 4th round pick, which is 130th. To me,
I think they overpaid.
You think a little bit?
Just a tip.
You got to remember too, they cleared $28 million off their salary. They got rid of all the high-paid people. They made mistakes with him. Hill.
Well, we're not talking about.
Yeah,
Miami.
no, we're just talking.
We're talking about Denver paid too much for that. I understand Miami. Yeah, Miami got on. Yeah, Miami. They're great.
So everybody's gonna say they took on that $28 million, but they don't have a lot of high-priced people on Denver, and they feel like they're close to being in the Super Bowl. If their quarterback didn't get hurt, they had a good chance.
Did Surtain sign his 2nd contract yet? Because if not, it's coming up.
Actually,
their cornerback. He's one of the best cornerbacks in the league.
No, he didn't.
So they got some money they're gonna have to dish out.
So
then they signed their quarterback to a big deal. Like, don't Knicks get paid?
No,
he's
not
yet.
He's a rookie.
Second year.
Rookie.
He was a rookie.
Yeah,
gonna be second year.
Second year. He just finished his second year. His 3rd year. So they got to make a decision on him the year after. But so right there, if you look at the whatchamacallit, all the money, dead money for this season, $175 million.
More than half the cap.
Wave goodbye to that.
The cap's what, $300 million roughly this year?
Yep,
something like that. That's more than half the cap. That's crazy. So they just tossed the season away already.
Yeah, it's what they're saying is like
$99 million for Tua.
Listen, you can come and you can come to South Florida, watch the game, but don't expect us to be too competitive. Enjoy the weather.
And most of the games are too hot.
Yeah. Well, you got to make sure you sit on the home side. You got to sit on the home side. The home side, yeah.
Away side, you're gonna die.
Yeah. So if you look at all that money that they've got in the dead cap money, it's crazy. So they made a conscious business decision to say, listen, we're tanking without having to tell you we're tanking. Miami fans,
Shane's gonna be upset.
Yeah.
I just don't think they'll be taken for a quarterback because didn't they give Willis 3 years or was it only the first?
Yeah, no, not a quarterback. But what weapons does he have around him?
Yeah,
he just has a running back.
I just seen it. They I forget who it was.
They got 2 first-round picks this year, and they'll probably get a wide receiver and an offensive line.
They gotta need something.
Yeah.
But you said you just saw what?
I forget what the receiver room was. God awful.
They ain't gonna need something that they can sign. It's something that they gotta hope and pray for. A
There'll be
miracle.
one decent receiver left in the end of the first round, but they got an early pick. I don't know how early they want to grab a receiver, but
I'll tell you exactly
There's
who
a
they
bunch
have.
of decent.
they didn't make the playoffs, so they're going to be in the top 14.
The receiver room is deep. And
You talking about the draft?
For the draft, the receiver.
Yeah, there's like 5 first-round picks.
It's deep.
So also, I thought was another interesting move was quiet sneaky move, Fields to KC.
Yeah,
Case Mahomes ain't ready. They got a mobile quarterback.
Yeah. I looked at it, I'm like, wait a second.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, that was sneaky.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was pretty sneaky.
I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
Shit, all these other backups that made freaking 140 million.
Yeah.
Who was the backup from San Diego? He was that backup for like 14 years. He made like almost $100 million just being the backup, if not more.
Yeah.
I think it was like around 70, if not, correct me if I'm wrong. It's when the one that just came back this year for the Colts. He was his backup for a while. Who's the dude who just came back?
Oh, the one with all the kids.
Phillip Rivers?
Phillip Rivers. He was Phillip Rivers' backup for a while. They had the same backup for like 10 years, if not more. Dude made like almost $100 million, if not more. So good for you, Justin Fields.
Hollywood Brown to the Eagles.
I didn't even see that.
I didn't see that either.
Yeah, wow.
That's not a big pickup, though.
No.
Is that a blanket in case they get rid of?
Yeah, well, that's what I was going with.
AJ Brown.
You got to have a little, somewhat of a backup.
But speaking of that, what is the price for AJ Brown now? You telling me Waddle's better than AJ Brown?
AJ Brown makes more than him now.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about trade value.
I know. So
what are you giving up?
So if you're giving up a first, a third, and a fourth,
what are you giving up for AJ Brown?
You'd have to give up a first, a second, and a third.
Yeah,
easily.
Depends on how high that first round pick, because the one that Miami got was at the end of the draft.
Yeah, it's the 30th. No doubt, but it's still a first round.
But it's still
pick.
a first round
the
pick.
Patriots aren't going to have a high first round pick.
No, they're right up there.
No,
they're 29th?
They're the last, second to last.
Second to last. So they're 31st.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what? I gotta hand it to Philly. They're not showing their cards.
No.
So the GM, the owner,
they've been like
the
that
coach,
for the last couple of years though.
They're all staying fast to the same story, saying, listen, we have no plans to trade him.
Yeah,
next year, he's
until June
all it
1st
is.
rolls
Listen,
around.
exactly. Listen, don't be like Jerry Jones and have diarrhea of the mouth and say you want this guy, and so all you're doing is you're pumping up the value for someone else. Shut your mouth. Everybody stay in line and go about business as usual.
And that's why Max Crosby didn't end up in Dallas, because Jerry's an idiot.
That's right. Listen, we know what the needs are. We know what the wants are. You don't have to go out and glorify it. You know. How many years has that happened? Nothing pissed me off more than 3 years ago when we needed a tight end, and they were like, "Oh, yeah, the Cowboys are targeting Dallas Goedert. That would be great."
Philly swooped in.
The pick before us.
Yep. Stupid ass.
Shut up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Keep quiet. But he
no poker face
because he has to have the cameras on him. He has to have the last word. He has to have it out there.
Continue to sell his brand rather than wins for the franchise.
And speaking of which, the Eagles they extended Goedert.
Yeah, they did 1 year. Yep, they did 1 year.
1 year they extended him. So Christian Kirk, he was the other person. He went to the 49ers.
And that's another thing, because remember you talked about Philly saying all the right things to protect A.J. Brown? The 49ers are saying, we plan on keeping Ayuk, and he's going to play for us with Kirk and with
Mike Evans?
Mike Evans.
Yeah.
I don't there's not enough.
Well, they're blowing the smoke that way. They came out
with
and said
Kittles and McCaffrey, who catches 80, 90 passes out of the backfield on an average. There's only one football to go around. Why take all that money on Ayuk and just get rid of him? You've replaced. You got these young kids in there. You got the one that got shot.
They're going
you got Kirk.
Jennings is gone.
Jennings, they're not going to sign yet, but
they're not going to keep him.
Yeah. No, but you have 3 or 4 good receivers, including your tight end. Like, why would you keep Ayuk? What are you laughing about, B?
I think they're trying to stick it to him because they rescinded all his upfront signing bonus money.
Coach Kung Fu come in second place for Coach of the Year to Bernie Bickerstaff Jr. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to come in second place because everybody had bought, including myself, man. I had them like around I figured they were going to be like 6, 7. And here they are, the Celtics.
Oh, yeah.
Standing fast at 2 with a chance to take, the way it looks right now.
Saying that what they did was miraculous, bro.
Yeah. Everybody thought it was going to be a gap year.
Yep. We talked about it early on. Was like, yo, what should because we started talking about early on when the season started back in October. Like, if JT, when's he coming back? We all knew towards the end of the year, if at the earliest, which is now, or possibly next year. It was like, yo, what's their playoff seed going to be?
Yeah.
If they're in that playoff 7 through 10, nah, don't bring them back. But what happens if they're in second or third? I said I bring them back, and that's exactly where they were.
I was expecting when the talk started to ramp up, I was expecting them to maybe 10 games remaining in the season. Let him get his feet wet.
The scary part was they were playing him 30 minutes a game right off the bat, bro. I was like, yo, what are you doing?
No restrictions.
No.
32 minutes. I'm like, whoa.
He played 29, 28.
Yeah. Yesterday he looked really good. He was banging them threes yesterday.
I just want to see when he goes to the hoop aggressively.
He did.
He's totally confident.
Oh, he's been going to the hoop aggressively.
He's been going.
He's been down there banging and everything.
The only thing from time to time,
12 to 14 rebounds.
Yeah.
The only he's a very underrated rebounder. A lot of people don't give him just due for rebounding, but he's very
as they shouldn't. I don't think they should give him that just due. 6'9", he should be rebounding.
But you think of
whatever.
Him
he should be rebounding. I'm messing with you.
You think of him, and you don't see him as a guy that's pulling down 8 rebounds.
No, you don't.
You don't.
Well, especially when he was younger because he was skinnier. He's filled out.
Yeah, no, he's broad, shoulders broad, everything, which is good. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna sell him short for Coach of the Year, because what he's done, and it's just not
Maniac Stevens.
It's just not the Jalen factor. It's the players.
Oh, it's everybody around them.
The player
it's the collective effort of all
how
of them.
they're using them and the ways that they use them.
Cada has taken a step like every like couple of months. You see something new from him.
Yeah.
Pritchard going back to the bench was great.
That was the key.
Yeah.
And what did they do? They've been going back and forth with Shireman or whatchamacallit, Staunton. They just flip it depending on what the matchup is. They just Hauser. They just switch depending on what if it is a more athletic guard, then they're gonna put they'll put Shireman.
We already talked about it, like Walsh and the rest of them guys coming off the bench.
Yes,
like they're all playing well. I know we already touched on it and we're beating the dead horse, but it's pretty amazing what they've done.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna sell them short for Coach of the Year. There's no slight to them if he finishes in second, because it's widely known across the league that the great job he's done in being able to juggle the roster. You don't really appreciate it till you look at what they lost, and then how these guys have come in and how they filled and how Brown has elevated his game and become that leader. So I'm not gonna do it twice. I'm not gonna sell him short. Listen, I'll be rooting for him. And I was totally wrong, because when the season started off and they started off 5-7, I'm like, listen, he got a coach this year. It's just not pull up and put up 35 to 43 pointers. You have to coach. And the way he's managed to juggle these guys and put them in positions to be successful.
Let's give some credit to his assistants. So you got Sam selling them guys over there, like they know the game.
Yeah, Sam is up just as, if you ever watch him. Yeah, Sam is up just as much as he is.
That's why
working that sideline.
Yeah, hell yeah,
working the sideline. But yeah, it remains to be seen.
You see, and here's the thing too. You see Sam with the bench guys from other teams always come up to him. They're very warm and very receptive to him. I guess Sam does a lot more behind the scenes, the developmental stuff and all that other stuff, and guys just show him mad love. No matter who it is, you see everybody goes over to Sam.
Somebody said that they walked by. Somebody said
that's Jonathan Overy.
Oh. But yeah, it remains to be seen. I'm going to be interested, highly interested to see, how the second round goes. Second round is where the meat and potatoes are. First round, give a game a game here or there, but second round, if things, let's say things don't change, you're looking at a second round matchup of a preview of last year's second round, and that would be highly intriguing because it sets up for great TV, revenge games, all that good stuff, and it would do nothing greater for the Boston New York rivalry to be reignited.
Yeah. No, it got reignited last year.
Yeah. Well, no, it only adds to it
better.
now.
I get it.
It only adds to it now.
I get it.
The revenge factor is at play, because prior to last year there was no basketball. There was none. There was none. It's been lopsided for probably about a good 12, 13 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll make for great television. Any last things before we sign off? No.
Yeah. Hey, go on my page and look up Justine Medina and go vote for her. She's in a competition to be on a magazine, and she gets a substantial amount of money for it, and she's a local. She deserves your vote.
Nice. And I also want to say, extend the congratulations to the Wareham Vikings for winning their third state championship.
Third and fourth years.
In 4 years.
3 and 4 years.
That's great.
So we need
to Aaron Cody for becoming the all-time leading scorer
and winning the Cowens Award.
And he won that last night. Yep.
Yes, clean sweep. But yeah, so we need to reach out to the Wareham coaching staff, and we need to try to get them on the show and give them their flowers, because what they're doing over there is nothing short of great, man. Dynasty, 3 and 4 years. And just think if he didn't get hurt last year.
10 years.
No. They 15 years ago.
Yeah,
15
before
years.
that was Jordan Resendiz.
Yeah,
it was Jordan. Was that long ago?
Yeah.
2000.
Yeah.
My age again. Let me cover this mic.
Just imagine. Just imagine if he doesn't get hurt last year. They made it to the final 8 last year, and he got hurt. He didn't play.
Yep.
Could be 4 for 4.
Oh, wow.
So he just did something that nobody else has done around. He's got 3 state titles in one sport.
I don't know the young man personally, but all accounts is he's just as good a person off the court as he is on the court. So you root for people like that they're good people and they excel at something.
So
pretty well deserved.
So the bottom line is, if you want to see and you appreciate basketball, go out tomorrow to the Boys and Girls Club.
I'll be there
at the annual Jalbert
Paul Jalbert
shootout that happens there. It covers all age levels. We go from elementary school to middle school to high school,
girls,
and both genders. Mm-hmm. Both genders. I was just going to say that.
This is a star-studded lineup.
Yes,
older kids, man.
Yes. It promises to be a good night. I try to make it there every year. To support the kids, and also I enjoy watching the younger kids, because you flash back and you look and say 4 years ago I remember them. I remember them. What was the crazy part about so when we went 3 years ago, Nick had already given me insight on Chris, and I remember him having the real wild hair. I said, that kid's good. And now look where he is at now. He's en route, probably going to be, at one point in time, he's probably going to be the all-time leading scorer easily, I think. Because this year,
not many people played and started 4 years.
That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. So last year he probably averaged, slightly over double figures. This year he was up around 20 points. What's he going to average in his next 2 years? So we'll see. But yeah, so if you're not doing anything tomorrow, man, go out and support the it helps out with the Boys and Girls Club, because all the proceeds go to them, and you get a chance to see a lot of great local talent, because let's face it, they put together some great all-star teams, and you get to see them right in your own backyard. So yeah, that's an option tomorrow. If you're not going to the Jamie Foxx show, I mean not Jamie Foxx, the Marlon Wayans for Marlon Wayans.
What you said was sold out, right?
Yes. So if you're not going there, you always have that.
You know
go and
something.
support them.
I can tell this by your face. Yes, you do. You know something.
No, I wasn't sure if it really. I didn't see nobody post anything about.
Oh,
it
it's sold out.
Yeah, it's sold out.
Yeah, it's sold out.
It's sold out.
Yeah, you can get tickets for like $1,000.
The crazy part about it is I just found out that he has his own cigar brand.
Does he?
Yeah.
So
I didn't know that either.
You missed out on the after party over there?
No, I hit him up. I hit him up on Instagram and his message. Hey, listen, we got the only cigar bar in New Bedford. If you want to come by after your show,
Walking distance from the venue.
So we'll see what happens. If he shows up, he shows up. If he don't, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm working anyway, so okay.
So yeah, that's gonna do it. Before we leave, Steve, you can put your plug in for
check in with it when I was.
You can put the plug in for the comedy show for next month.
April. What's the date?
10th.
April 10th.
The dementia's starting to kick in. I heard the diapers is going.
Nah, those aren't swishy, man.
Yeah. We're bringing back somebody we've worked with before, but it's been over 3 years since we had him. Kareem Green is going to be the headliner. You might remember him from his TV show on Showtime, Flatbush Misdemeanors. They had 2 seasons of that, and he had a regular role there. He actually just got back from France, Germany, Czechoslovakia, and Prague, but he's been on a world tour, and people really think it's a game. The people we book, they're not local comedians. They're doing their thing all over the country, all over the world, and we're fortunate enough to be able to have him lined up.
Well, just look no further than our last 2 headliners. Who are they openers for?
Yeah, open for some more, open for Dave Chappelle.
Yes.
And I tell people all the time, these people might have the big names and all that, but their features are just as funny or it may be funnier than some of the bigger people in the industry, because I think they're still hungry. They're still trying to prove themselves. But man, oh man, we've had a good run of headliners.
We sure have.
Shows, and it's going to continue. Some of you people may not have seen him. The people who have seen him, I guarantee they'll be in the building to see him again. He's a phenomenal headliner, and he's a great dude. So we'll have him in tow. Janae Boston will be the feature. She's from the Bronx, New York. And of course, we got our guy, Chris. Chris Tapp keeps threatening me about being on the show. We got to get him on the show. He's a sports guy, man. He wants to, we can Zoom him in, you know.
Well, you know how to make that happen.
Yeah, I had to ask Brian if we can Zoom, but
we can
Brian
Zoom.
told me so I was like,
you can Zoom. You can invite him
in the drive all the way down.
You can invite him live on your Facebook. That means he's part of the whole thing. Like if I invite somebody live, you can be right on, at least on Facebook Live. You can talk. You can be on the phone.
Well, no, this is through Restream.
Oh, Restream.
So you got to be on this platform.
Yeah, you got to be on this. You're right.
It's not. So what it does is it goes from Restream and it goes into Facebook.
Yeah, it's like a delay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can come on here, no problem. Via phone.
All we need another Celtics fan.
All right, so that's gonna do it for us here today. Make sure you go ahead and join us next week. And go ahead and download the WMB1 Radio app. So until next week, we are out, and we will see you next Thursday. All right, peace. Everybody have a great Thursday night.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go.
Old school R&B, hip hop, reggae, sports, talk shows, and a whole lot more. You're listening to the internet's hottest new radio station, WNB1 Radio, New Bedford, Massachusetts, home of the legendary Tavares and just a collection of some cool-ass wonderful people.